Skraby with you for 4 hours today. A little bit of a lighter day, I would say, in the sports world, but nonetheless, we'll bring you at least the best stories that have popped off today. First, before we get started, I would like to wish my lovely wife a happy 19th anniversary.
I almost thought you were going to say 19th birthday for just a second there. It confused me.
Not far off.
Yeah, right. She's looking 19
Right,
out there.
right.
Okay, let's get that in there.
But certainly would love to wish
Yay.
my wife a happy
And
anniversary.
And that
Congratulate-
number again.
19. Yeah, no,
yeah,
nice
this is a
number.
special year for
Nice
you guys.
number, for
Special
sure.
year for you guys. And we should also congratulate you. You also have a 19th anniversary.
Oh yeah,
it's not just hers.
No, it's not. It's
you
not.
know, you get in on that. So congratulations to both of you guys.
Thank you very
good.
much. We do have some baseball news, some Padre news. Not surprising by any stretch of the imagination. Michael King and both Dylan Cease have declined their qualifying offers, and so
Which we expected, yes.
totally expected.
Right.
Padres will get some draft picks now. I believe they'll get 2 each.
And actually, that you may blow that off, but AJ's usually pretty good at finding those guys
he
with
is.
those picks. So
These are value things for a guy like AJ Preller.
Yeah.
And so, that's kind of
Team like the Rockies gets a couple of picks, and they're like, that's problematic for
I mean,
them. That's more work they have to do.
They may very well view it as value, but once you draft and it hasn't gone the way you saw it, you kind of lose some of that value.
Yeah, no, that's good.
A record 4 players accepted the qualifying offer.
Explain
today.
again to the people that are like a little like me.
Okay, so
what is this step in the process?
A qualifying offer is kind of like the average of what the top tier guys will make in free agency.
All right,
So
every
it comes
team,
to about 22.5, I believe it is.
and players like a Michael King and a Dylan Cease can scoff at that. Isn't that incredible?
It is.
Just think about it in the world of the world.
And you have to think about it in terms of a per year basis, right? So the qualifying offer is 22.025.
Oh, wow.
Right?
If it was 22-1, you might get me. But
so a guy like Dylan Cease is expected to get from a per yearly basis between somewhere 25 and 30.
Yeah, he's going to get more.
And so Michael King is somewhere between 25 and 28. So he's going to get
It's
more.
unbelievable.
And so they can afford to kind of move on from that qualifying.
And on the
offer.
other side of it, there is a risk.
Right.
The risk being that nobody offers them 25 to 28.
Right.
But we also know that never happens.
Even it's not just you think of it in per year, but I think in most players' case, they want the longevity.
Yeah.
So they're willing to take maybe a few $1 million less in order to get an extra couple of years on that deal. And so I would say, even if it ends up being 23, 24, and it's a multi-year deal, they're all going to take that. Now, on the flip side, to mention that there's 4 guys that actually
4 people did it, and
that's a record.
The fact that it's a record underscores what I'm saying, which is this is very, it's very odd that somebody does this, but it did happen.
It did happen. Trent Grisham took his $22 million, and you have to look at it from Trent's standpoint. He had a great year this year.
And some of us who were, not us, but them, because I like Trent Grisham. He was very good to us on this show, I might add. But for those who didn't like Trent Grisham, they would say he probably realizes maybe 34 home runs is top of the line for him. So don't take a risk on this, take your 22 million and go home,
Maybe he realized that. Maybe that's kind of what the market was kind of laying out for him. Either way, he takes his 22 and some change, and he'll play the year out. That also goes for Brandon Woodruff. Remember, he got hurt and missed the postseason after coming back pitching well. He's had shoulder issues at the end of both seasons. And so
do you like a guy like that? I mean, let's just say that he didn't take the qualifying offer and he was out there. To me, you're looking at actually a pitcher who at one time was an ace, number one starter.
Yes.
And, legit number one starter. But after 2 injuries back to back, would you take the chance? Because you got to figure Woodruff would have been a guy that you could get for pennies on the dollar comparatively.
Right.
And if he returned to form, now you just added a number one pitcher.
For
but
cheap.
that's a hell of a risk. I don't know that the Padres would have taken it at 32 years old, even if Woodruff was available.
I don't think that it would have been any question teams would have taken a risk if it was him hitting the open market, because I think they all believe that he wasn't going to covet $22 million. So he takes that deal, I think, as a way to kind of have a year to kind of prove himself once again.
Right, because he can just, if he does go back to being an ace, then next year he's a free agent again.
Bing, bing. And now Shota Imanaga was another one. Now, his is another different case, right? He seemed to be he seemed to be the ace there for the Cubs for at least a year and about 3/4.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he fell out of favor. And for Shota, it might be different. I mean, he came over from Japan. He may just have a comfort level where he is.
He also may not have understood all the red ink at the bottom of the contract. I'm joking. I think that he's making a decision that he feels is similar to Woodruff's.
Yeah.
He faded at the end of the season,
right?
So he cost himself some money as a free agent. So go ahead, sign this, and then don't fade next year.
The one that's most interesting to me is Gleyber Torres. He went to Detroit.
Yeah.
On a 1-year deal, had a terrific season. And I don't know that many people thought he could have that type of season in Detroit, and he yet alone put up some pretty good numbers. He elects to go back. It could just be that he's enjoyed his time in Detroit, isn't ready to leave.
I'm sitting here as somebody, maybe because it's San Diego and maybe because it's a different life that we're all in. But I'm a little actually more surprised than not that only 4 people and that this is a record. I wonder, the family, like when you sit with your kids, your wife, the people, and you're close knit, sitting around the table, and you kind of went through this with your dad a little bit back in a different time. When you talk about it, don't some families say, you know what, we're really comfortable here. The kids are in school. I want them to stay with the same people. Let's take $3 million less. Go ahead and accept it. And then what does the agent come back to the family and say, you guys, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Do you see what I mean? Because $22 million is enough to make everybody in the family happy.
I honestly
without
believe,
having to move.
I mean, listen, I'm sure there are some agents that have crazy influence, but I would say the large majority, this is a family kind of led decision. Like,
right.
You're taking a shot, right? Like we feel like we can get more.
Yeah, but we're going to have to move to Tampa. We may have to move to Toronto.
To remember, these are young families too. You got to remember, it's a little bit easier to move before the kids are like settled into school. Once that happens, you start to see decision making change a little bit. And I think for a lot of these guys, the Trent Grishams, the Gleyber Torreses, Brendan would have young families. Dylan Cease and
dad's a ball player.
Michael King has a young family. So
dad's a ball player. Keep the bags packed.
If it's still within everybody's kind of thought process, they're gonna take the shot to see what's out there.
Yeah, don't get too close to that girlfriend you think is cute. Because
why not?
Why not? Did you just join the conversation?
Oh yeah, I've been trying to replace the printer ink in the printer for your stupid printout.
Here comes Skraby with all his troubles.
Look, I got printer ink all over my hands because it exploded on me out there.
So sorry,
I'm glad you're
having one of those days already.
You know what, Tony? I'm so glad he opened that way today. And here's why. Because for the first time that I can recall in a while, the POTUS has delivered something that I will now forever be able to use. Next time you're out of hand over there, Scrag.
Do not say it. You say it, I will file a grievance with Odyssey San Diego. Because you're the only one who needs printouts in this studio. You should be fussing with the printer.
Quiet.
I did not know what he was talking about.
Quiet.
I did. Because Chris is a bully, just like the guy he's trying to.
Okay, no, please don't be nothing. No personal comments necessary about the POTUS.
You just called me a fat person.
Don't be making a comment about the POTUS. I'm
your best friend.
on the guy right
your
now.
Best friend.
Yeah. This was some kind of dick. If you haven't seen it yet, look it up, and you know what I'm joking about here.
Oh, that was wild.
What's
I won't say. I promise. Because even I think
talk politics on the show. What does Chris not get about it?
There's nothing politic about this at all. This is just an
insult.
This is a great phrase that has been brought to all of our attention by the man who is the leader of the free world.
I hear no lies.
I mean, I think you have to take it under advisement.
Chris is just showing that he's actually a bully.
Let's get to break.
It's true. I'm not printing your sheet anymore. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Real quick. Remember to listen around 5:35 for us to announce today's biggest fan for a chance to qualify for a night at our Odyssey Suite at a future Padre game with all the fan staff. Register your name at 97.3thefan.com.
You better get used to reading those, Tony, because I don't have a printout today. So
biggest fan in order to potentially have your name called. You are in for a good show today.
We're in a mood today.
More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
found something.
Excuse.
They finally found something.
I think it's very rich that the guy who's trying to get him the stuff that he's required to do for the show is being made fun of.
That's true. I just walk right into
that
it.
One.
That's bad.
That one hit the left side.
I mean, I got printer stuff exploding in my face. I got nothing. I can't get anything to print, and I walk back in here and I get called fat.
You did not. Number one. Number two.
We know what you were saying.
Tony had the best line of all during the whole exchange when he said, "I hear no lies." That was my favorite line of the whole thing.
Referring to though.
That was good.
Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah, you better go in the next break. You better go in the next break and complain about him.
No,
I did say that.
Tony's nice to me.
It wasn't in that. It
That's
wasn't
true.
in that same
The show.
vein.
There are 3 people on this show. There's a dick, a deer, and a dork. And you are the dork going after the dick, and you're leaving the deer out of it. It's very nice of you.
What is happening?
It's going to be crazy today, I think. 2:18 is the time. Gwynn and Chris here on 97.3 The Fan. Tonight, Aztecs taking on Troy. The Trojans coming in for a little college basketball at Viejas Arena. Talked about this so many times in the past, Tony, but this right here is why I just love, Brian Dutcher and Steve Fisher before that and this whole team, because otherwise I would feel like I got nothing on my sports calendar tonight at all, right? Yeah. It's a Tuesday. There's no games, NFL, NBA is a kind of a quiet night. So I'd be like, what am I going to do? Hey, the Aztecs fill the void all winter long.
Yeah, this was about a week and some change off for the Aztecs. And so last time we saw them, they were, beaten down. Who was that they beat down?
They played Long Beach State to open, and Idaho State.
Idaho State was the last one. And
so
that, it's been – I want to see if there'd be any rust. I mean, they haven't played a game in a week. You're just starting to kind of get your feet under you, and then you have a little bit of layoff. But we do know tonight is the start of the schedule starting to tighten the screws a little bit.
Up a little bit. The big news really tonight is that Magoon Gwath is expected back in the lineup. His first game in quite some time, making a season debut tonight.
They're wearing those N7 uniforms.
The paying
turquoise
to the Native Americans in the area. I know the women's team wore those last week.
Okay,
and then they auctioned their jerseys off after. And I don't know if the men do the same thing, but they'll be wearing those tonight. Speaking of Troy, though, how would you like to go to the game tonight? Skraby's got a couple of tickets to tonight's game between the Aztecs and Troy. All you have to do is call in to the hotline phone number, which I've been gone so long. I love when this escapes me. I've only worked here. How long we worked here now? 8 years?
Almost 8 years, bro.
833-288-0973.
Yeah,
I hope I got it right.
Nice.
Actually, I didn't even need to tell you. The listeners know the number. They're probably screaming it to me.
Oh, no, they were. For sure.
All right, so call into the hotline. First person that can tell me the one player who was on the Padres roster last year that went to Troy. The one player on the Padres roster last year who went to Troy.
So maybe you might be answering the phones for quite some time.
I'm not saying that. I'm giving you a little hint. I'm not saying the player is still on the Padres roster, but he was last year on the Padre roster. He went to Troy. Do you know who it is, Tony?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't know who it is.
No.
All right. Well, if you can come
I got
up
an
with
idea, though.
Okay. If you come up with that out there, 833-288-0973, dial in. I'm not, should we take no, we can't really take these on the air because I like you said, Tony, I think it may take a while, but I need to give Skraby the answer somehow.
Oh,
where's the give him the whiteboard, your little mini whiteboard.
Oh, that's mine.
Okay, let
He's
him
not
use
sharing anything with me
I'm
right
not
now.
Share anything with him right now. Are you kidding me?
All right, then we'll have a slight delay in the show while I get my pen
Skraby.
out.
It's
No,
time
it's
to
all right.
move on.
He's salty about
We
this.
literally talked about Luisa Rise and Chris crying to the audience. I took so much heat for my Luisa Rise.
Now he's trying to hit me where I'm.
Well, you started it.
Where he's trying to hurt me where I get back.
You know what? This day started out at 3:32 a.m. when my dog Lucky needed to go to the bathroom, and then he refused to go outside because it was raining, and so I pushed him outside, and then I had to go outside, and then he walked around in circles for like 30 minutes, just like, come on.
So you're saying you started the day off bad. You had a bad start to your day.
in the morning.
Well, you should have told me that you were a little cranky. You got up on the wrong side of the bed.
I just had another good comeback. I was going to say, if you showed up a little bit earlier, we would be able to tell you that, but you don't.
Ha, not bad.
He said, I had another good comeback, and then you decided to actually use it. Is that what that was?
I'm going to put the rest behind me because we're only 22 minutes into the show, and I cannot keep this energy up.
Still left 3 hours and 38 minutes, Greg, that you have to spend with me. So.
Well, that's fine. That's why I'm going to choose to let it go.
All right. 833-288-09. I did give Skraby the answer. So if you can take a shot. This is a Padre player who was on the Padre roster last year, who played at Troy. First person will go see Troy play the Aztecs tonight at Viejas Arena. A couple of other quick notes. Dallas Cowboys back on the Super Bowl bandwagon, Tony? I said this to Skraby going out yesterday. I said the Cowboys are going to look good tonight, and all their fans are going to get excited that they're going, to the Super Bowl now.
Our first caller got it.
First caller, good. Okay, they were
was
on
it. Dylan?
It was not Dylan. Go ahead.
It's Brandon Lockridge. Played at Troy apparently. So yeah. So good on that caller for either looking that up or knowing it. That's a pretty good get.
Either way, it works.
Get to go to the game.
What were we talking about?
Cowboys, and their fan base, which is, I'm sure, very excited again.
They're super excited.
Yeah.
Need I remind them that was the Oakland? No,
that was
Las
the
Vegas Raiders out there that really couldn't do much of anything. They couldn't block, they couldn't run, they couldn't pass.
Blocking and tackling, got to start there.
Yeah.
Kind of cover somebody wouldn't hurt.
That would help too.
Yeah.
Listen, we've always said that Dallas has has potential to have a really good offense.
When Dak gets time and he's got his two receivers running free, he's gonna
pick you up. Yeah.
I will say this, which is a fair concern if I were a Cowboy fan. You did look good last night. You did win last night. But next 3 games, Eagles, Chiefs, Lions.
Yeah.
See you later.
I mean, listen, the Eagles game is going to be interesting. It's a division rival.
It's at home, maybe.
I think the other thing is the Eagles' offense has struggled enough to where you could see it becoming a game somehow. But the other two, they don't have those same problems offensively. And I just think unless what we saw, again, I'm not going to completely say the Cowboys shouldn't be excited because they did make a bunch of moves at the deadline that made them
try to be better. Yeah.
So let's see what it looks like against the Eagles, against the Lions.
They got Eagles, Chiefs, Lions. They could very easily be 4-8-1
right
at that point.
And it's a wrap.
And then it's a wrap.
If they look like they looked against the Raiders in these next couple of opponents, then you might have something. Might have something.
Look, I honestly read something yesterday, and I think they were just trying to get me to click on it, but it said, can the Dolphins get back in the playoff picture? I'm like, what? But they beat the Commanders, so that doesn't really count. You beat somebody good, then I'll.
Well, they won 2 straight.
They beat the Bills too, but
I think that was that one. Now
that was a one-off, though. We know that. We all know that was a crazy one-off. So, a couple of NFL notes: Thursday night football. Plan your fantasy roster accordingly, as I have to do. CJ Stroud will once again, 3rd week in a row, sit out in the concussion protocol. For the Texans, they're going to be hosting Buffalo on Thursday night football. So don't plan on using CJ Stroud there. Aaron Rodgers doesn't need surgery on the wrist. I guess that's good news. But the other side of it is Mike Tomlin doesn't know when Rodgers will be back and actually hasn't even ruled him out yet.
Yeah. For
the game this Sunday against the Bears.
It's going to be about functionality, he said. Basically,
one thing you got to do, a quarterback out there could tell me, but you got to take the snap from center
100%.
With the left wrist, that could be a thing.
That's what I think he's referring to. That and just being able to kind of maneuver in the pocket the way you need to. So, and the fact that he said they got to make sure that the wrist is in place, like that means it's like it could still be like sliding out of the spot. Is that what that meant?
I don't know.
I guess
They got to make sure it's intact.
I do know when you're.
Saying.
I do remember. I think I remember.
Wrist.
I think I remember way back when. But when you're 41, it also takes time to a little longer to heal. Cowboys. Speaking of them, CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens both sat on the bench for the first drive last night. Neither was willing to say what that was all about.
Punishment.
A huge punishment, man.
Yeah, really
taught
affected
them a
them,
lesson.
Really cost them.
If anything, you're paying them to not work.
I said the same thing. I said if you got a series is to me.
I say quarter. If you want to make a statement. Quarter.
But do you make a statement?
They just wanted to make a light statement.
But do you make a statement at the cost of your team, though?
No, I don't think you
punish the rest of the players.
I think Ryan Clark said it best. Does your talent outweigh your headache? If your talent outweighs your headache, you get a one drive.
You find your way back.
Ryan Clark should take his own advice.
It was pretty funny because the first drive they just couldn't move the ball, punted right away. Then those guys came in and it was up and down the field. So anyway, neither of them was willing to say what that was all about. So, all right, Lakers are in action tonight.
Yes,
LeBron is back to practice, but will not make his debut.
My sciatica.
Taking on the sorry.
I said my sciatica. Has anyone ever in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never heard of it. I'm not trying to make fun of it. I've never heard of a player with a sciatica issue.
It happens when you get up in the age.
I think every person on earth has a sciatica issue.
Oh, when I was a drunk and I was very heavy and I was a piggy,
okay, you said it first. I never uttered the word.
We know what you were going for.
I never uttered the word.
I had a sciatic issue when I was a drinker, and it was really painful, but I was also a drunk, and I was overweight. LeBron is one of the most fit people on earth.
He might be the most fit person on earth. It just goes to show you that a sciatica does not discriminate.
No.
I don't know why I always
unhealthy
think,
sciatica could come for you.
And I would also say you should understand this as well as anybody. I don't think you ever make fun of anyone who has a sciatica because it can go out on you at any moment. The karma can get you back. So be careful.
I don't wish sciatica pain on people.
Yeah,
be careful. All right, we're underway. Good. If the first half hour is any indication, we're on our way to something cool today. We'll be here till 6 o'clock. Gwynn and Chris. Much more coming up. We'll tell you what else is in store on 97.3 The Fan.
Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matthew Skraby.
Nothing like service with a smile, Tony.
Is he trying to bait me, Tony?
I'm not. I'm complimenting
Every time I get over it,
I'm complimenting him. I'm saying it was very
me.
nice of him. Despite his anger with me, Skraby did get the copier fixed to print out my sheet. So I thanked him for that, and he still thinks I'm trying to bait him. But now that I have the sheet, this hour 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by IHOP, introducing the IHOP value menu, where all of your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. Or go to your happy place. It says plates, but I think it's go to your happy place.
I think it is plates.
Oh, happy place.
Oh, they're trying to make a play on words there.
Yes, they are.
I thought it was a typical typo. Not by you, Skraby, by
I was
whoever
just
puts
about
us
to
in
say.
there.
You see how fast?
Yeah.
He was like, he's already angry.
Skraby was about to jump out the window.
I never write it wrong.
You know,
you blame
sometimes once I get that anger out and the anger of the 3:32 a.m. wake up call,
You feel better?
I feel a little bit better.
That's a good thing.
I can take jokes now.
Oh, can you?
The IHOP value menu available every day at IHOP, $7 in some locations. All right, back to you, Anthony.
Yes, thank you very much. Couple things. Chris Johnson, cornerback for San Diego State, will join us tomorrow.
I'm excited about that.
I thought it was CJ2K.
I mean, it might be CJ. Is that what a
Chris Johnson, the running back from the Titans?
Oh no, not that.
Oh yes,
not
he
that
did
one.
have 2,000 yards though. Thus the name.
That guy could fly. He could run. But yeah, Chris Johnson, DB Aztecs, will join us tomorrow. Also, we'll have our first go round of high school prep basketball action. Michael Flicks will join us in the 5 o'clock hour. A lot of people have been asking about that particular segment. It returns tomorrow.
And if you go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
I jumped in too early there.
It's all good.
For those that are into the high school basketball scene, if you have a team or you're a fan, beware of Mission Bay. I did.
Chris got a chance. Sneak peek
last night. I refed. It was actually an alumni game, so I want to thank the staff over there. We had a nice time, fun night. But Mission Bay played the alumni. And first of all, Mission Bay's alumni is pretty good. Those guys were playing. But the kids are really good. They got a good team over there. I think the UT had them number 6 in the rankings. I haven't seen every team, obviously, but they are probably deserving of that ranking right now, based on what I saw last night. So.
We're gonna get a chance to see probably that ranking tomorrow. We'll get a chance to see the top 10. Probably go over the top 10 players around the county. San Diego high school basketball is just starting to get to a point where it's having an impact across the country, and it's already doing that in some ways already. So
you know what else I want to say one thing about I read John Maffey's story in the paper today previewing the high school basketball season, and this I guess we should know this is happening, but when you see it in print, it sometimes to me is a little jarring. He had a whole segment of kids that have transferred out of San Diego County to go play elsewhere, and kids who've transferred into
San Diego County.
And this is not what used to happen, right? Unless the family legitimately moved to a new neighborhood. But now even high school kids are transferring to different schools.
That's where youth sports has changed quite a bit, right? Is that families are willing to move on the basis of a kid
to get their kid into a better playing situation.
You see that in a lot of different sports nowadays. And so I think it's a testament to San Diego that there are actually kids that are now transferring into the county.
The list of kids that transferred in, according to the article, was lengthier than the one of the kids that had transferred out.
Yeah, you can definitely get to some D1 schools around the nation playing here in San Diego. Real quick, I thought this was interesting, and we've been talking about free agency in regards to baseball here in the last couple of weeks. But I don't know if I believe this or not, but according to Jeff Passan, this came via Talking Baseball. Pirates are currently in on Kyle Schwarber. They also apparently hold on.
Carl Schwarber or Kyle?
Not Carl. Kyle.
Oh,
yeah.
Because it actually made sense if it was Carl.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense if it's Kyle.
No, it's Kyle. Apparently, they are in on Kyle Schwarber. The other one is they had apparently offered Josh Naylor at least $80 million before he re-signed with the Mariners. Now,
how much? First of all, you invented the word. I give you full credit every time I use it. Well, you didn't invent the word, but you brought it to our light on this show. I call fugazi on this.
You think it's a fugazi, huh?
Well, here's what I think. If you're the Pirates organization, you let it slip to Jeff Passan that you're maybe interested in Kyle Schwarber,
but not actually interested,
and you just aren't interested. And he get what? The Pirates?
Listen.
He puts it in there. It makes their fan base at least think for a half second that they might be trying.
What about that they actually offered Josh Naylor $80 million?
I don't know that they did. They could say they offered him anything.
I feel like they maybe did offer, but they knew he wasn't going to take it, and so they're like, "We tried."
I will say this: I'm with you guys. I don't necessarily. It's hard for me to buy it, but I'd be hard pressed if I don't think back and remember when I heard Manny Machado and the Padres were in on Manny Machado.
Until the Pirates signed a Manny Machado, I can't believe anything.
Okay, because that was the stance I took until
me too.
Until Manny actually signed.
I think we all did,
and it was like, whoa, that just happened.
So I will. Love to see some breaking news.
I think it's fair to have the stance that no way, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Until it actually happens.
To me, if you're the ownership of the Pirates, you like this story, though. You're happy that this came out because at least it makes it look like you're not, but they're not fooling me. Until you've actually signed somebody.
A little force fed there, you think? They fed that out there?
I do. I've been in enough organizations, as have you, to know that those things happen.
For sure.
Hey, who are we going to sign in free agency? Absolutely nobody. But I do want you to go out and make it seem like we're trying to sign somebody.
Yeah. So there's the baseball news that we have for you. Maybe Luis Campusano talk a little later on in the show. Padres, according to Major League trade rumors, have a decision to make with Luis. He's now going to be under his third manager since really kind of coming to the big leagues. Where do they see him moving forward? Because it didn't seem like last year he didn't do himself any favors, but it didn't seem like he was really given very much opportunity.
Yeah, they never 100% gave up on him, but they did. First of all, if you're ever out there trying to recall the worst prediction you ever made, understand that it won't be worse than the one I made, that Luis Campusano would be on the All-Star team.
Because he was on the All-Star team.
Yes, right.
No one could ever say that you didn't step out there.
I stepped out there.
That was alleged.
But sure. I put him on the All-Star team. He never got a hit the whole season.
Yeah.
So
he had a rough one for sure.
But I think there's an undeniable talent, right? Everybody sees it when he's in AAA and he's just destroying the ball.
They're currently doing so in the Dominican right now.
People keep looking at that, and
I shouldn't say he's playing well. You know what? See, I'm getting lazy. I shouldn't say he's playing. I should say I saw a clip of him going deep.
Okay.
Does not mean that therefore
that might be the only hit he's had.
Playing well. It just means I saw a clip. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. No, I think, look, if they had it, because the Padre catching, well, it's now settled, right? Fermin's your guy, right? You're not,
yeah.
So I don't think the Padres have a situation anymore. But
you do need contingencies, right? Like, if he can, figure out some consistency on the offensive side, you can see him being able to be an option at least at designated hitter for the Padres.
As somebody who's played fantasy sports, and I know a lot of people out there have too, when Luis Campusano gets called up and he's on the waiver wire in a league like that, you're like, I'm going to take a shot at this guy.
Yeah.
And then you're disappointed that you took the shot, but I think the Padres and everybody else kind of feels the same way.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we'll see someday if he can hopefully find it. And if he ever does, I hope he finds it with a Padre uniform on.
Some SDFC news as we go through this potpourri of news. This is This is why the schedule change we talked about last week is going to be even more important.
You mean the time off is better?
But not only that, the time off, but you
okay.
wouldn't have these breaks in action where your guys are leaving to go play international in the middle of a playoff season, right? Once they change to the new format or new scheduling. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Chucky Lozano, one of the SDFC stars, is looking like he's not going to play in this upcoming game.
I mean, it's Monday night. Everything's on the line.
He left the international game of Mexico with a hamstring injury, similar one that he had earlier in the season when he missed some time. He is not scheduled to play, I think, middle of the week in that international play, and so Monday's not looking good.
Could you imagine in the 2-week absence between the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl if Patrick Mahomes was allowed to go play in his pickup league somewhere and strained a hamstring?
Now, we can't call the international play pickup.
But you know what I mean?
Yes.
This is what's happening.
Yeah.
This is the MLS Championship playoff, and they're allowed to go play in another, event, which is at just as high a level, so they have to perform. They can't just go out there half
They're representing their countries.
Yeah. It's so and now you're losing a player of this caliber potentially for the biggest moment in franchise history. That is crazy when you think about it.
I think this is why people think the curse is alive in San Diego.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help the people who it does not help.
If you don't think the curse is alive, then add in the fact that Anders Dreyer is sick.
I was about to say it gets worse.
It gets worse. Yeah.
Anders Dreyer was pulled off of his national team due to illness. Now, you'd like to think that illness might be a little bit easier to come back from than the hamstring.
I sure hope so.
But, man, what a blow that would be.
Could you imagine going into the game without Patrick Mahomes and, whoever.
Who's on the defensive side? Yeah, Chris Jones, for sure.
I mean, this is what you'd be doing to the San Diego team, maybe even more so if you took them both out of the match against Minnesota Monday night.
You know, one thing Chris missed over last week was the MLS announcing that they're not going to put the soccer games behind another paywall. So it's just if you pay for Apple TV,
we didn't
you're
tell
going
Chris
to
that.
get it.
When?
Starting next season.
Yeah.
I think they actually,
I need it now.
I think they were actually negotiating because till time. I'm not sure if it actually carries over. Yeah, it's but next year.
Okay.
Also,
I already get Apple TV. That would make me a much more engrossed fan next year.
Also, with the schedule that the MLS is changing up to more align with the international schedule.
Didn't I just say that?
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry.
I want you to notice that I did not jump in. I let you have
wanted
that one. I let you have
I heard the like ready to go.
No, I let you have that.
I love that this is happening quite consistently now with you. That you are reading something and then you just pop in the middle of the segment. It's like, hey guys, I feel less and less bad about mine every day that you do this.
Sheffer.
I think he's the official Monday night for the match. They're going to bring him in.
Oh man!
But yes, that is
that really
that
is
whole
bad
thing
news.
just does not sit
well. We
especially
can't
for
have this happen.
Yeah,
Come
especially
on.
for the folks that think there's already something
Afoot.
sinister going on there. Lucky Sutton, another Aztec football player with a chance for some a national award. I can't. What is it? Is it Gabe?
Placentia.
Placentia.
Yeah, the kicker. Yeah. The hefty lefty.
Yeah. Hefty lefty.
No, that's his. I think that's his nickname. He's a left-footed kicker, and
he's also up for a semifinalist. So
good for him.
Starting to get some notoriety in terms of some of these awards. This is about three players, I think, now.
Yeah, the kicker had an unbelievable season. He finally missed one there, broke his streak, I think, of 25 in a row, which was a record. But he came up in that Boise's game the other night. That was a huge field goal. There are field goals, and then there are 47-yarders in the rain that clinch the game.
Yeah, low liner, right down the middle.
If you miss that one, they go probably down the field and tie it up.
Some momentum changer.
Yeah, that was a big kick there. So he's been a big part of what they've done. Nice, congrats to those guys for sure.
How about that win? I mean, we haven't really talked about the Aztecs getting that big victory on Saturday. I mean,
yeah.
They now have an opportunity to clinch next week.
It's going to take a lot, though.
Yeah.
According to Kirk Kenny's calculations, try saying that 3 times fast.
No, thank you.
They have to win. Yeah, they have to win, and 3 other teams have to lose this weekend. I think it was Boise State has to lose, New Mexico has to lose, and I think it was Fresno was the 3rd. So a lot would have to happen. Obviously, they do hold their own fate, though. They win both games, San Jose and then New Mexico, done and done. So it's been an incredible season. No matter how it ends, you're still going to look back and say, great job, great season. But now you're this close. You want to finish the job.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I saw something interesting too, Tony, while we're potpourring here. The NBA has fined the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they fined them because they rested Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley for a game against the Miami Heat, and it was a road game. Now, you tell me, Tony, is a $100,000 fine even any? Oh, your
MLB Network is buying into the
hook, line, and sinker.
They're buying into the Pirates propaganda.
I promise you, not 5 minutes after we just talked about it.
Yeah, they're Sean
Here
Casey.
it is.
Hey, look, the Pirates are going to be spending a ton of money this year.
It says report.
They're buying it. But you asked me, is the Cleveland Cavaliers is a $100,000 fine to an organization even?
It's not enough.
That doesn't let them.
That's
know.
not enough. They clearly listen. What I can tell you is all of these organizations know these rules like
the back of their hand. The Cavaliers knew that when they sat Mitchell and Mobley out, that they were going to get at least fined, and so they said,
and listen,
it's worth it.
They have the type of tech that can tell them what a loss of one of these two due to injury will cost them,
right?
Versus this $100,000.
Pay this 12 times.
Right.
They'd rather do that,
and so they took the fine.
Yeah. So Mitchell, and evidently the rule, you are allowed to rest a player, but I don't think you can rest
2 guys that
of
are considered stars,
and they're both classified as star players by the league's policy. So they both sat out, and they're going to have to pay the price. But I agree with you, Tony. If you really want them to not do this, then $1 million, you're going to have and they'll think twice about doing it.
You're going to have to make it equal. Find out the whatever formulas they're using to come up with it. Use the same one and start taxing them accordingly.
I mean, look,
because ultimately this rule is put in place to protect the fans, the people who are buying the tickets.
Yes, there were people in Miami who might have wanted to see one or both of those guys play.
Right. And all the NBA is saying, we just need one of them. You don't even need to have both.
Isn't that incredible?
And so,
don't ask Michael Jordan what he thinks about it. They'll take him off the air. Is he even on anymore? Didn't that experiment already come to an end with him?
So I found out they're spreading them out all through the season.
They're not going to give you any more than what you're getting, and they're going to make this last all 82 of them.
Okay.
So,
all
right. We've come to our first hour break.
Very nice.
Seconds coming up. Oh, okay. You're just gonna let me hang out there a little bit longer, huh?
Love to help you, but I got nothing. That was my contribution to the segment there.
Daily Gambit coming up next. We had some bets. Some of us believed in the Raiders a little too much. Okay. I do recall Skraby telling us,
what's wrong with your
heart?
Do not bet with your heart.
Yeah.
The Raiders.
This
could end up being the worst team in the NFL.
This is why gambling can be an issue for some.
Yeah.
We'll get to the other side. More Gwynn Chris.
Missed the first hour of the show. Might be one of those days you go back and check it out at 973thefansd.com. You download it a little later for your enjoyment. I think everybody may want to do that except for one Matt Skraby. He wasn't happy the first hour of the show. We'll see if things pick up here in hour number 2. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn, and the aforementioned Mr. Skraby.
Skraby really wanted to say something else there, but he stopped himself.
I did. I said I was over it. He keeps bringing it back up.
Did you see the hand bringing it back up? The gesture.
I think, when I went through rehab, I learned about myself quite a bit.
Now we're in rehab material.
And what I learned in rehab is that once I calm down, I know that I'm being ridiculous. But stop bringing it up, because then I go right back into it.
Well, I'm testing you.
Yes, you are.
You're showing me improvement, which I'm pleased.
Oh, wow.
The whole genesis of the discussion had to do with the fact that the printer was not printing out the sheet today.
Oh, that was another part of the conversation. It's like I literally had ink spray into my face, and then I walk in the room and get just destroyed by Chris for no reason.
This hour, 97.3 The Fan, now that the ink is on the paper, it's brought to you by IHOP, introducing the IHOP value menu where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each and every day. Where else can you get a big filling sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu, available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. All right, we're going to get into the Daily Gambit. Some of that will have to do with the Cowboys and their win last night over the Raiders. But before we do that, we talked in the first hour how the Cowboy fans are going to overreact to that win last night.
Yes,
and on cue, Dave Marcus, who is a Cowboy fan, has overreacted.
Yep, 2:58 on the dial when I get a text from Dave Marcus. See what being a Cowboy hater gets you?
What does it get you?
I know they're not great, but no way they were going to lose to the Raiders.
Oh, I see.
So he was clearly listening to the show. Shout out to Dave Marcus. But this is exactly what Chris and I were talking about.
Yeah.
They get a little
ahead
of themselves.
You've noticed, Tony, when the Dolphins beat the Bills, and I have a neighbor right down the way who's a big Bills fan, and I saw him that evening.
Yeah.
And even I was like, I can't really rip you.
No.
I mean, we won today, but we're not going anywhere.
Right.
And
we're not a good team.
Yes. So you don't do that. But Dave Marcus does because he's a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, he's delusional. He's delusional in all aspects. And
he's
Dave,
also
I know
delusional in the fact that he's a real Aztec because he roots for UCLA.
He's not. We have revoked his Aztec credentials. He is a Bruin. They can have him, and he can have them.
We've revoked his credentials.
Yeah. Sorry, Dave. Shout out to Dave. But your Cowboys will be who we thought they were when it's all said and done.
Now, just be careful, Dave. As I mentioned, hopefully you're listening. Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, next 3 games.
All coming up, buddy.
So, you get through that, then we'll take your text.
If I was a Cowboy fan, I wouldn't say anything right now.
No, I wouldn't either. All right, let's go to the Gambit and find out where we were with our picks last night.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. It just popped up on my phone. The Padres
have added 2 guys to their 40-man roster.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Not big names.
Garrett Hawkins, Miguel Mendez.
They have 36 of their 40 on their roster.
So 4 spots open on the 40-man roster. They have protected the 2 young men that will now get a nice little pay raise.
So
this
is
that
not
40-man.
news that moves the needle.
Remember, I kind of walked you guys through my process.
Yeah.
This is their version. I assume they have had 3 years of minor league baseball. Now they have to be protected. Padres have chosen to protect them on the big league roster.
Gotcha.
And so now every spring training, they'll be in big league camp.
So this is a big deal for them.
Right. I was going to say, this doesn't move the needle for us, but this made news in their households.
Yes.
Good for them.
All right. Bets from last night. Dallas minus 3.5 over the Raiders. You guys chose Raiders. I chose Dallas. Dallas wins 33-16. Over under 49.5 points. This is going to be a theme of the odds makers being really, really good. But over under 49.5 points.
Really, really good,
you guys went under. I went over. It was under because they combined for 49 points.
Half
which
point.
is really annoying. Dak Prescott, who
Good
had more
in my
passing
favor. I
yards.
enjoy that very much.
Dak Prescott minus 25 or Geno Smith. Chris and I chose Dak. Tony chose Geno Smith.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Dak after the minus 25 had 243. Geno had 238. So
It was close.
That was close.
Yeah,
Oh,
closer than we thought.
All right.
Oregon basketball minus 14.5.
This was another close one, right?
Against Oregon State. We all went with Oregon, and Oregon won 87-75, so they did not cover.
By 12.
Yeah,
So
they
that
won
was
by
close
12.
too, though.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Here's the Pistons minus 11.5 against the Pacers. We all went Pistons. We all win this one. They won 127-112. OKC minus 17.5 against the
Who's the
Hornets.
Eplicans?
I wrote in the sheet Eplicans instead of Pelicans. I also wrote
Who are the Eplicans?
I also wrote Hornets. So yeah, this one was.
You know what? I may have to
crazy.
call them the Eplicans from now on. That's a good name.
They are the Eplicans. We all went Eplicans, but OKC won by 17, 126, 109.
So we won. We had 17.5.
No, they only won by 17. They needed to win by 18.
I took the Eplicans, though.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm
I won that
confusing
one.
myself because I kept Hornets in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Eplicans. The Eplicans, they did
Yeah,
that.
the Eplicans win the bet.
More points, SGA or Giannis last night. Chris and I went Giannis. Tony went SGA. Kind of low totals for these guys.
To
but
be fair,
SGA went
Giannis
23
came
and Giannis
out
went
early
48.
Giannis left
with
the
a
game.
growing injury.
That's
He'll
what
be
you
out
go
for-
Growing injury?
Yes, he'll be out for 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what happens when you make one of those bets. Is a guy could get hurt, and then you've lost it right there.
Last one, Kings at Caps minus 1.5 on the
No
puck
way.
line. Tony and Chris went Kings. I went Caps. Caps win, but they did not cover.
How
They only
about
won by
that?
one,
Kings
2-1.
finally got a bet for me.
They
That's
got
right.
the bet, but they didn't get the win for you.
I'm less concerned about their win.
Okay.
It's all about the bet.
me. Yeah.
Ovechkin got his 903rd career goal.
This dude
in
is
that game.
never going to stop playing hockey, huh?
Well, he's got one more record that he's shooting
He's
for
ch-
out
chasing?
there. Gretzky still has the goal record for regular season plus playoffs.
So he's got to
And
get to the playoffs
Ovechkin's got about 100 to go.
Oh,
So he may have to play till he's 60, but he may try it because he really does seem like he's bent on getting all of the records from Gretzky. So,
He's a machine.
Yeah.
His hips have to like
Be dead?
Gosh, at that age,
I don't even know how he plays.
Plays
Skates.
well still. All right, here we go for tonight. Lakers 12.5 at home over the Jazz.
oh yeah, we got to put it on them.
Jazz put up 150 the other night in a double overtime win over the Bulls.
Wow.
So LeBron's not playing yet.
LeBron James.
12.5 is the Lakers have been cruising, have they not, Tony? Or
been
they've been winning
looking
close
pretty
games. I haven't followed it.
No,
I know
they-
they're 10-4.
They
but
won a few close games and beat San Antonio, a close one.
they
but
were on the road this whole
yeah,
time, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going on the theory. It's a weird theory that I used to.
They're coming back home.
When you come back home after a long road trip, first game is always a little rusty at home. I'll take Utah plus the points. Tony, I know you're taking Lakers.
I'm taking the Lakers.
All right,
baby.
Scrape.
I will go Lakers, but did
Chris,
you get-
real quick. Sorry, Scrape.
No,
I
you're
I need to get this out before
Yeah.
I forget. I have noticed the Lakers have been wearing purple on the road. Haven't been rocking. I know they wore it one time at home, but
Yeah.
that whole road trip
I like it.
was the purple.
But are you? I wonder now in the NBA, are you just allowed to announce what you want to wear whenever you want to wear it? Because
think
it's
first-
very haphazard.
I think first it's the home team that gets to decide.
Right. So as long as nobody's wearing purple, they could stay
can
with
still
it
wear
if
the
they're on a
purple.
hot streak.
Now they're unique at home because typically they have worn yellow on the
Right.
road. So that kind of gives the opposing team options to wear white or their road uniforms. But I feel like it might be starting to change back.
I'm in the minority
They're
here.
wearing their road on the road and their homes at home.
I'm in the minority. I want the teams to go back to white at home and dark on the road, but I know they'll never do
Or
it.
the Lakers case, yellow at home,
Or yellow
purple on the
and
road.
yeah, right.
Did you
But they'll
guys
never do
see,
it.
real quick before we move on, did you guys see that a Salt Lake City news station is trying to float the Salt Lake City Padres?
Yep. And I'd heard about that when I was in Utah.
Yep.
A lot of people.
So for what?
They
are
want to
steal the team.
Yeah, they want
I'll
to steal
get
the
them.
team.
The guy
Outta
owns
here.
the guy who owns the Jazz and the Mammoth is Randy Smith.
Yeah, Randy, we don't want you, bro.
He's got more money than
Yeah, that's
whoever.
fine. Keep your change.
And apparently he wants to build a huge sports complex
That's fine.
for
It's great.
basketball,
We're
hockey,
bringing in expansion teams. Win one of those.
Yeah,
baseball.
Yeah.
Kick rocks.
And he was the guy. He does have a little experience. He stole the Phoenix Coyotes and brought
he's a
Utah
thief,
hockey
huh?
there. So yes, they're starting to say that. And in fact, I even saw a logo somewhere.
I
They
did
must
too.
not.
Salt Lake
They must
City
not
Padres.
feel. They must not feel strong about their chances for the expansion. I mean, it's right there.
Well,
If they can't get an expansion team, you shouldn't get a team
Nah.
regardless.
Kick rocks.
And yeah, Kick Rocks is right. This guy, this really actually kind of angered me. this whole
I
Tony
didn't see
just
it.
threw a chair. He's
I didn't,
upset
I
as
didn't
well.
see it till I didn't hear about it until just now.
I mean, just have a bunch of teams that don't have nicknames that make any sense for your city.
keep it a buck.
Salt
Nobody
Lake
wants to
City
roll in
Jazz.
the Salt Lake.
Utah Jazz, you mean?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I meant.
What- what did he- what did he say?
I called
He said the
it-
Salt Lake City Jazz.
That's what I meant, Chris. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, if you call up Salt Lake City Padres, if you want to get angry, there are a couple stories on line about this being something that they're trying to think
No
about.
one
it.
wants a baseball team in Salt Lake City. I'm sorry. No one does.
They barely won a basketball team.
While we're on this, if Salt Lake City said we want the Padres and somebody said okay, could the base, like whoever the new owners of the Padres or whatever, could baseball step in here and
Yeah.
say no?
Baseball, the owners would have to approve them
Okay.
relocating. And why? I mean, there's a reason why they haven't been in Salt Lake for this long. So I don't know. We'll see. No, we won't. We won't see.
We won't see.
We won't see it all.
Nah, this is something that Fox TV 13
Yeah,
and
that's
Salt
where I
Lake
got
put
it.
out.
That's where I got
Oh,
it.
did you see this logo?
Yeah.
It's the Padre logo with San Diego part crossed out and Salt Lake in there.
Oh, and they
It's
gonna
good.
cross us out, huh?
It's gonna anger you if you
Okay.
want to look it up. It's gonna anger you.
I agree.
All right, we'll do the rest of the picks when we come back because we are at a quick break. More Gwynn and Chris on the way.
Sorry. Traffic at the end. Did not expect for this to come down.
on the clock. Skraby brings to my attention that some of y'all in the chat are not being very nice to one another.
No, well, I just had to put someone on timeout.
Skraby's putting people on timeout.
How does that go?
Yeah, how does that go?
You can choose. So I've already put them on timeout once today for 5 minutes.
Does everybody know that they're put on timeout?
Yeah, it just immediately deletes all their messages, and it says this person has been put on timeout type of thing.
And then they come back 15 minutes later.
Well, I did it for 5 minutes because I'm not trying to ban people for just saying.
You sound like the Cowboys here. You're just sitting a guy out for one series.
They get a first timeout of 5 minutes, and then if they keep going, I will timeout. No, it makes sense. I'm just because people come in the chat for some reason and just like start talking trash.
Be nice to one another.
By the way, Tony, don't you think if he really had the power, he would put me on timeout often?
Dude, it would just be me and him doing the show most of the time.
I'd just be sitting here watching you guys.
I'm actually a pretty fair moderator of the chat. I'm actually a pretty fair moderator. If you could come in and say things, if you would like to cheer for the Dodgers, you can.
I have to say, chat. We have to talk him off the ledge quite often. You guys get under his little skin there, and he's like going off on Chris.
Who gets under his skin more, me or the chat?
You got more time with him. You got more time with him. But the chat definitely gets under his skin sometimes. So we got you guys.
So I just put someone on timeout for 24 hours.
Ooh.
Couldn't figure out how to block them. So they just came in there and they're like, "You're a buddy. You're a buddy."
What is that?
No one knows. This person just kept saying, "Ha ha ha ha, you're a buddy." So
that sounds like a troll. Like you letting trolls win.
Yeah, they're bothering the chat. The chat is a nice place for people to come and hang out.
It's a sanctuary, Tony.
All right, we got some more bets to get to.
Yes,
Sorry.
All right, Lakers 12.5 over the Salt Lake City Padres. You guys are taking the Lakers. I'm taking Utah. 238.5 points. Tony, you're probably better at this than we would be because you follow the Lakers. 238.5. What do you like here? Over or under?
I like the over.
Over. Scrape?
238.
That's 120 to 119.
That's a lot of points.
Would get you over.
I'm going to say under.
Under. The last Jazz game against the Bulls had 297. So I'll say over. That's a lot.
You went over too, Tony?
See.
Luka, 46.5.
Cooking.
Points, rebounds, assists. Add it all up. Skraby, 46.5 for Doncic.
I will say over.
With the Jazz, who I think the last time they guarded somebody was in the John Stockton era. I'll take over as well. Tony, over.
Book it. Yeah, he's going over.
Luka's, what is he averaging?
He's
averaging
like 30
40 or did he slip back?
I think he slipped back a titch.
Oh, he's averaging like 35, 34.
NBA numbers are just off the charts. Steph Curry, 4.5 3-pointers tonight.
34.
Wow. 4.5 threes. The Warriors are in Orlando.
Luka's averaging 34.4.
Aha.
Thanks, Carl Shepard.
Thank you, Carl. Yeah, that was a Carl.
Did you say that?
Yeah. You did.
Dang it!
Poor Carl Shepard. I told you guys this.
Listen, I was doing the same thing apparently screaming. I was reading like, okay, where can I find? Oh, there it is.
You were looking it up.
I heard nothing. This explains why people getting themselves in trouble while they're on their phone. Like they're dialed into it.
I told you guys I met Carl Sheffers. He was doing a Charger scrimmage one day out there, and we were doing our show. So, I got a chance to meet him. All right, Steph Curry, 4.5.
Didn't you tell us one time about the time you met Carl Sheffers?
I did.
No.
Yeah. Scrappy, you want to chime in on that as well?
No.
Steph, 4.5 threes. He's averaging 4.3 per game to lead the league.
Wow.
He needs 5 to go over tonight. I'm going to go over. I usually bet him under, but tonight I have a feeling.
Who they got?
At Orlando. At the Madge. Tony, 4.5. Steph, 3-pointers.
Orlando's not bad, right?
No, they're not bad.
Pretty good team.
I'll take the over.
Over. It's great.
Over.
All right. Atlanta's won 5 in a row. The Hawks are home to Detroit, which has won 10 in a row.
Yes, count them.
Atlanta's favored.
Cade Cunningham.
Atlanta favored by 1.5. Tony.
Pistons.
Taking Detroit basketball. Skraby.
Pistons
as well. Adam Klug needs a little happiness in his life right now. With his Falcons fading, he needs a win for the Hawks. I'll take them.
The Hawks.
Good college basketball doubleheader tonight. First game is Michigan State, Kentucky. Second game is our game here. Kentucky. Duke will be 10.5 tonight over the Hawks, as in the Jayhawks.
Wait, I thought, were we doing Michigan?
No, we're not doing that one. Oh. We're just mentioning that one.
Interesting.
We're doing the second game. Duke, 10.5 over Kansas. Scraby, you're up.
Apparently Carlos Boozer's kid is really good.
I told y'all.
So I'm going to go with Duke.
Like a little man-child out there.
He is.
I'll take KU.
At least he's got hair too.
I think these teams are told.
He's got it for now. He better.
Yeah. Just as long as he doesn't start painting it on like his dad did.
Or if he has it, I don't think he'll need to paint it.
If you want to see
his dad
like
started losing it.
A picture that'll make you squirm, look up Carlos Boozer with the fake black hair.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
You know what?
Like
it makes
video
me think,
game.
It does.
It's bad.
It makes me think, you know what? You could be one of the greatest athletes in the world, and there's still something that bothers you about your body.
Listen, man, I think that's a lot of us balding men. There was a point where we just had to let it go. But for some of us can't let it go. It can last a whole lot longer.
I'll be straight up with anybody who's watching on the chat. When I was at the other station, I had 2 procedures. You know, with help from the advertising, I could never have quite afforded it. But without that, a lot of this wouldn't be here.
You'd be looking at what I got.
Yeah. All right.
Can you imagine Chris?
No. Aren't you glad I did it? Aren't you glad I did it?
Yes,
honestly,
I am.
Yeah, I did it for all of you out there, so you didn't have to look. All right, I went KU. Tony, Duke. minus 10.5. Duke goes. San Diego State Aztecs 15.5 over Troy Trojans. Chris is up. Well, I got to go with the Aztecs here. Tony, I assume
you better believe it.
Scraby the hater.
No, you know what? I believe in this Aztecs team.
I'm sure you do.
Here's a team not to believe in: the winless UMass Minutemen. College football, they're 0-10 tonight in Maction. They play at Ohio. Predictably, Ohio is a 34.5-point favorite over the winless Minutemen. And Tony is up. I was going to look up UMass to see if they've at least been playing close games.
You decided not to?
No, I'm doing it. They lost by 42, 34, 25, 7,
Getting
32.
Closer? Oh, back up.
Yeah, it's not good for them.
It's not great.
They got closer. They got all the way down to
Buffalo,
7.
they only lost by 7.
Yeah.
That was their one close game of the year.
Then they bounced back from that 7 points to lose by 35.
They lost to Bryant. I don't think Bryant even has enough to field a team. They beat UMass by a point. All right.
Yeah,
Tony, you're up with all that information.
Yeah, give me
Ohio.
Not UMass.
I mean, the spread is just so crazy.
It's a lot.
I'm gonna go UMass.
That a boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go UMass.
Who started his college basketball coaching career there?
Oh,
Calipari.
Calipari.
I was gonna say Marcus Camby went to
He
UMass.
was on that team.
I remember when
they went to the Final Four. Believe it or not, UMass. I'll take Ohio.
What was the coach of Temple when him and Temple got?
Cheney.
Yeah.
Good fight.
They went after each other. Or
Did you ever
Cheney
see that
went
one,
after
Scrape?
him.
Look it up. I mean,
Cheney came into his press conference.
Right. Calipari's doing the post game. Cheney comes in, has to be, and he really did have to be held back.
Yeah,
I don't think that was one of those ones where you just let me at him.
No. He wanted all the smoke.
Yeah, I do remember this video.
One quick hockey one.
What did you say, Chris?
I went Ohio. One quick hockey one. The Blackhawks are improved guys. They're 9-5-4. Calgary has the worst record in the league right now at 5-12-3. They'll play in Chicago tonight. Scraby. Blackhawks are favored by 1.5 goals.
I'll go with the Connor Bedard. I don't even know if he's playing right now.
He's having a good season now.
All right, I'll
starting
go
to pick it up.
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks, they're playing well. I'll stay with them. Tony, take a ride on the Flames here? Or?
Nah.
No.
Tony, you're going to take a ride
Blackhawks.
on the Flames?
Not going to go with the Flames. The Flame Outs. All right. Congratulations, by the way, to the Ducks, who were victorious last night in overtime. They have moved past the Kings now into first place.
That's
in
good.
the
Kings-
hotly contested
Kings,
Pacific
of course,
Division.
lost. That's why.
Yeah. The Ducks. I mean, just recently, the Ducks were one of the worst teams in the league. So that's turned around quickly. All right. Oh, are we had a Fantabulous Sports Game Show now?
Yes, indeed.
I have to redeem myself because my last category was less than stellar. Hopefully I can do that. We'll see how the guys do when we come back.
Ben and Woods.
indeed love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. We need to get back to the games. Skraby, after winning back-to-back weeks, was returned to his normal place in order.
I knew he was going to take exception to this.
I didn't even have a chance to go for the title because Chris didn't have any more questions.
That's not my fault.
So I did not lose.
Oh, no, you lost.
Nope,
you lost.
I will
we
not.
played the music and everything. Yes. That
begrudgingly.
The music makes it official.
It's official at that point.
Begrudgingly.
Begrudgingly or not, you lost.
I did
so
not
your
lose.
2 contest win streak
Clearly,
came to an end.
at least your win streak is over.
Yeah, it's done.
Whether it ended because of a loss or because of
a loss. It just was a loss.
Yeah, well.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, Skraby. I'm trying to help you.
We move to today's contest. Of course, we'll need to check traffic first.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. A couple of problems here. One of them is this crash that's just been cleared off the transition ramp westbound Keene Freeway right at the 5. And now getting reports of a 2-vehicle accident in the North County, northbound 15 before Camino del Norte. They're over to the right shoulder of the HOV lane. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, all you beautiful people out there, it's time to play one of our favorite games of the week.
All right.
We like to call it
Ooh, I'm going to go
Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show.
It starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
You know, we've been doing this game show for a while now. I've come to realize, honestly, that the category is it really is kind of important. Like, I was watching Jeopardy the other night, and I realized I like Jeopardy because the questions are interesting, even when I don't know the answers. So I hope that we do good categories on this particular game show, and I thought the last couple have lagged a little. So I hope we redeem ourselves today, guys. You know how it works. I'll give the category. Tony and Skraby will exchange giving correct answers. First person to 10 will win today because there are 19 correct answers to this category. And if you get one wrong, you get a strike. 3 strikes, you're out. You are all welcome to play along with the guys. So here we go. Before we get started, I invite both of you to picture a map of the United States of America in your mind. All right.
Got it.
A landlocked state is one that is described as a state that does not border either ocean or the Gulf of Mexico.
Sorry, you're going to have to say it again.
Yeah, repeat that again.
Tony's trying to steal my whiteboard.
No, we're all right. Do you need a pen, Tony? Oh, no. Oh, he's going on the eraser. All right, everybody, we have a little delay in the proceedings.
All right,
no delay, we're good.
The good thing about television game shows, they can edit stuff like that out. We cannot.
Very true.
All right, so here's what a landlocked state is. It is not bordered by the ocean. It's not bordered by the Gulf of Mexico, nor is it bordered by either Canada or Mexico.
Whoa.
So it's totally contained in the United States. It's only bordered by other states. There is a quick addendum to this, so keep it in mind. There are 5 states that will be correct answers that only border the Great Lakes.
I was going to say.
Okay, so
give it to me again. Not bordered by water, other than the lakes?
Right. Not bordered by water or the two countries above and below, Canada and Mexico. There will be 19 answers, and the 5 that only border Lake Erie are correct for our purposes, just so we could get to 19 correct answers. But they are otherwise landlocked. All right, so everybody understands the category, and we're going for landlocked states. Skraby, you're up. Or unless you don't want to be.
No, I do.
All right. Pick a landlocked state.
I'm going to go with North Dakota.
North Dakota is Reich 1.
Wait.
It borders Canada. It's right
right
next
there.
to Canada.
Canada?
It's at the top.
So stupid. I am so dumb. That is a really bad answer by me. That is a really, really bad answer.
Is there any way we can make a promo out of that? Because you were so sure of yourself.
Yeah, he was.
And then the realization that you were wrong
was. Yes, he was.
pretty funny, I must admit.
That was really dumb.
I thought when you said that you didn't understand the category. But
No, I
you
forgot.
do understand.
I forgot that they were North Dakota.
Yes. Totally bordered by Canada.
That was one of the worst. That was one of the worst moments I've ever had on this game.
Yes. Oh.
All right. Well, it can only be uphill from here for you, Skraby.
I hope.
Maybe Tony will match you. Let's see what his
Well,
first answer. Let's see what his first
if
answer
North
is.
Dakota is touching Canada, then I guess I will just move just
I hate
below
you.
that and go South Dakota.
You'll try that. That is a landlocked state. South Dakota is correct.
I hate you.
Tony's
You're my
on the
favorite,
board.
Scrabe.
Very good. All right, let's see how you do this time, Scrabe. You got 2 strikes left, so you have one more mishap, and you'll be okay.
Here we go, Scrabe.
Here we go. Rally time.
My grandparents lived here for a long time. I've been here many times. Iowa.
Iowa's quite landlocked. That is correct. Scraby's on the board.
Iowa, not a bad place,
1-1.
by the way.
Iowa, not bad, you say. Okay.
Yeah, not bad.
Haven't spent too much time there.
Nothing there, but not bad. You're right.
Yeah.
Don't you know? That's
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
That's another state.
Minnesota.
Stay hot, buddy.
Minnesota.
Tony. Landlocked state.
What do you say, Nevada?
Nevada, pretty landlocked.
Yeah.
It's correct. No ocean or bordering any country. We're looking for landlocked U.S. states. Tony's ahead 2-1. Scraby.
I'm really upset with myself.
With a strike. Yeah, you got to shake that off.
Dakota.
And he just came swinging out with it. Here we go. North Dakota. I don't know if you probably couldn't see the look on my face, but it was like, what? Like I was really perplexed.
I will fully admit.
And I was looking at this
By
map.
the way,
one of the dumbest things I've ever said.
That should be the clip right there.
Yeah, that's got to be the clip.
North
I have a map in front of me, and I had to look at it again to make sure that.
Let it play out from the time he's explaining the rules, and then you have to play that part. Perfect clip.
My next state is one that I went to many times to buy alcohol because the other state I was living in did not sell alcohol on Sundays. So Wyoming.
Yes, Wyoming.
Oh my
is
gosh!
correct.
For a second, I was like, "What country borders Wyoming?"
Nothing. Wyoming's totally landlocked. Very good. 2-2. Tony. Landlocked states.
Landlocked states, sir. How about Colorado?
Colorado and Wyoming, both square states, are rectangular, but also both landlocked. Correct.
Landlocked.
All right, we're picking it up now. Scraby trailing 3-2 with a strike.
I will go with
states.
you're the only 10 I see, Tennessee.
Hey.
I always felt actually kind of an inventive, comical pickup line, but now it's been overused.
Oh.
That you're the only 10 I see. 3-3. Tony, landlocked state.
What do you say, Oklahoma?
Yeah, right down smack dab in the middle there. Very good. Tony, 4-3. There are 19 correct answers. We have 12 left. We're looking for landlocked states. You haven't named any of the 5 that border just the Great Lakes.
That's dangerous up there. It's
a little dangerous territory, but yes, those will count.
It's dangerous
Scraby.
up there, Scrabe. You want to head on up there?
You're going to head on up there? You already headed up there. You already headed on up there. You might as well have just guessed Winnipeg at that point. Or Manitoba, I guess.
We should have said Toronto.
Yeah.
Let's go with Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Very good. You guys are staying safe in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
Don't blame you. Tied at 4. We got 8 down, 11 to go. Tony, with the lead and possession.
What do you say, Missouri?
Missouri. They do call it that in Missouri. It's correct. 5-4. Tony's got the lead. We should point out that if you just tuned in, we're looking for landlocked states. Missouri is bordered obviously by the Mississippi River,
Right.
but we did not include rivers in this because then that would have been.
They kind of run through too. You know what I'm
they're
saying?
everywhere. So rivers are not part of this equation if you're wondering. All right, 5-4, Tony Skraby.
I will go with Utah.
Otherwise known as Utah.
Yes.
Where you spent a lot of time in Moab.
Yes, I love Moab this time of year.
Yes, you do. Tied
I
at 5.
love Moab this time of year.
I hope people got the chance to hear the Gwynn and Chris overtime yesterday.
We did get some.
It was quite funny.
Some views. We got some replies and stuff. But you should go to youtube.com/@GwynnandChrisSD, and you can see our.
My
video
wife listened to it, laughed, and then immediately sent it to Connor's mom so that she could hear it, and she loved it also.
Everybody I've told that story to is like stunned.
Yeah.
That person just didn't say anything.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Check it out. We better get back to this, though, because we're running a little out of time. Nine questions left, or 9 answers left. Landlocked states tied at 5. Tony. Skraby has a strike.
How about the sauce? Arkansas.
The sauce. Arkansas.
Does
anybody...
I didn't want to go. I didn't know if it would, like, touch the ocean or something.
Does anybody know, like, from Arkansas that you've come up with the definitive name for the state? No one's ever else called it that.
Yeah, no.
But I love
it's just me.
Yeah. 6-5. Tony Skraby. They're going to start getting a little crazy here in a minute where you're going to be close. You have to really sweat it out. But so far, you're staying in the middle of the country.
Sweat it out, buddy.
Apparently, I did a lot of interstate travel to drink on Sundays because I went to Kentucky a lot.
That's what I thought you were going to say earlier when you said
Covington.
you went to Kentucky for drinking purposes. Kentucky is correct. We're tied at 6. We now only have 7 left. It's starting to get a little tight. We're looking for landlocked states. Obviously, in the United States, they can't touch an ocean.
Yeah.
Can't touch the Gulf of Mexico. Can't touch Mexico or Canada.
Can't touch it.
And North Dakota did, and Skraby guessed that. That's why he has a strike.
Yes.
But we are 6-6. It's up to 10. Still anybody's game. Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yeah, not Arkansas, but Kansas.
Regular Kansas.
Good one.
Correct.
Good one.
KU. Yep. 7-6.
Jayhawks. Otherwise, no.
We have 6 left. 5 of them are states that only touch the Great Lakes.
Oh, boy.
So you're going to be close.
Oh, boy.
And the other one is pretty landlocked, but not as landlocked as the ones you've been guessing. Let's put it that way. You guys have taken, I think, the easy ones out of play.
All right.
So Tony's ahead 7-6. Also, let me say, you guys are doing really good again. I mean, you guys really on these games come through nicely.
I was going to say geography is one of my strong suits, but then
I
said North
the
Dakota.
Yeah. Looking for a landlocked state here. It can touch one of the Great Lakes, though.
I'm going to go with a state that I lived in, Ohio.
Ohio is correct. It's close. It's obviously on Lake Erie, but not touching Canada or any other state. So very good, Skraby. Tied 7-7, nitty gritty.
That was one of
here.
the danger ones right there.
Yeah, 5 left. 1 strike on the board. Tony's guess, landlocked state.
I'm going to stay safe here.
Stay safe, he says.
Give me Rand Paul, West Virginia.
I was going to say.
I've been saving that one.
West Virginia's correct. I didn't know where Rand Paul was from, so you could have.
I thought he
had
was
me
from
on that
Ohio,
one.
to be honest.
8-7. Tony leads.
I don't
4
know that he's
states
West Virginia.
left.
I just remember, what was the name of the Randy Moss?
Marshall.
No, he went to Marshall.
Oh,
The
we
name
are
of the
Marshall?
30-30 was something.
We are
Rand something.
Right.
I can't remember what
I
it
don't
was.
either.
But go
But
ahead.
it is landlocked. All right, so now we're down to 4 correct answers left.
Oh, boy.
All 4 of these states do border a Great Lake, but not a country or an ocean.
My grandpa would roll over in his grave if I did not
Say
mention.
that again, Chris. Not all what? What was your little?
Well, all 4 of these do border a Great Lake, but none of them border an ocean or Canada,
All right.
Mexico.
Here we go.
Landlocked states.
Here we go, Scrape.
Down to the nitty gritty. 8-7. Tony leads.
Don't mess this up, Scrape.
Scrape needs this one. He thinks he's got it.
Yeah, my grandpa would roll over in his grave knowing
Okay.
that I never guessed his home state of Indiana.
Indiana.
Indiana, does that touch anything else. No, it does
I was
not.
gonna say, I know where Indiana is.
Indiana does touch very little tip of it touches one of the Great Lakes, but it is landlocked. So we are tied at 8.
Oh.
There are 3 left.
I don't like this.
And these are all you're going to be risking, I think, on any guess on these.
Oh.
But there are 3 left. Landlocked states, tied at 8. And Skraby does have a strike, but that has not come into play since the opening guess. Tony,
I'm stepping out here.
You need one.
Now they can touch the lakes. Is that what
Can touch one of the lakes, but they cannot touch another country or the ocean.
Let's go Illinois.
Illinois. Good one. Yeah, Chicago's right there on Lake Michigan, but it's not otherwise touching. It's a landlocked state for our purposes. Tony 9, Skraby 8, 2 to go.
Scrape, where you
You're
going,
right
buddy?
down here with only 1 strike. Again, you guys really do impress me with the fact that you don't miss any of these, because I'm looking at the states. You're not, obviously. Not as easy as maybe, some of us might think, or maybe it is. 2 left, Scrape. Get 1, stay alive. Otherwise, Tony could go win it.
There is some indecision on my part.
Little indecision here. Okay. Got a minute or 2 in the segment, not to stress you out, but
I
don't want to have to
No.
invite you back to the show tomorrow.
I
feel your pain.
I don't know if this touches. Okay, I'm gonna go. Man, I'm gonna go with hoping Wisconsin does not touch Canada.
It sees Canada, but it does not touch
Canada.
All right, we're down to 1. And if you do lose this, Skraby, it's because you missed one earlier.
I know.
So you can't argue the result.
Who'd you just guess?
Wisconsin. That is correct. There's 1 state left that is landlocked that has not been guessed. And whoever gets it will win. Tony gets the first guess because of the way it's turned out.
I'm going to head on out to Paul Skeen's territory
in
Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Pennsylvania for the win. It's close. You almost have to get a microscope out, but it does not touch.
Yeah!
Anything. It is the other landlocked state. That is correct.
Wait, Pennsylvania doesn't touch the ocean?
No, it does not. New Jersey. It jets up against New Jersey. South of it is Delaware and Maryland.
You know what it is,
The upper left corner of Pennsylvania does touch Lake Erie, but otherwise landlocked. That's it. There are no other landlocked
Make
states.
it official, please.
All right, I buy it.
Make it official.
I thought the Philadelphia area that went down a little bit.
It does, but it's that's why I say you got to really look.
Got to get that microscope out.
New Jersey and Delaware get in there, and Maryland to keep it from touching the ocean. So
this is all because I guessed North Dakota
that's
to
what
start the game.
That first guess is what took you out. There goes the book. I know it was a good category if I get the book toss.
It was a good category. It was just a terrible performance on my part to begin the game. That's like fumbling on the first snap.
I have to say, my performances on maps have been pretty good this year.
You're on that one. You guys didn't, you didn't hesitate. Like New Hampshire, Vermont, there's a lot of them that are only barely touched.
Shout out to that Poway Unified School District education right there, baby.
By the way, Rand Paul's Kentucky. I thought he was. Something.
It wasn't Rand Paul. I was trying to say. I messed that part up. It was Rand University. I think is what the name of the 30 for 30 was called.
So it made you think of Rand Paul.
So you're good at landlocked states, not so good at the actual
congressman. Yeah, no, I'm not good at that part.
Tony wins. Hope you enjoyed today's Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Chris versus the fans is coming up next. 833-288-0973 to play.
Way here shortly, chance to qualify for whatever the prize is. I don't know exactly. I think it's Sammy Hager, but we'll get to that here shortly.
Hager.
We'll get to that here shortly. Fun show so far. Skraby just got another butt whooping. Good match. He played himself though. His North Dakota.
He's gonna never live this one down for sure.
I can't even make an excuse.
If that is not the clip that you post, we're gonna have a problem, man.
We're gonna need
you are perfectly sabotaging our whole thing here if you are not making that the clip.
That's
I gotta go pick up my notebook. Hold on.
Oh, that's still lying across the room after he lost.
You picked it up. Already,
it reminds me a little of my dad and I used to like to do trivia. This is probably one of the reasons I got good at trivia. And one time we were doing trivia with my uncle was there. The three of us were going around. It was my turn to ask a question. I asked the question. my dad and my uncle really were thinking hard on it, and they were kind of arguing back and forth over two choices for the correct answer. And my dad was pretty sure, but my uncle was pretty sure. So my uncle banged the table. It's like, no, it's this. My dad said he banged the table. We got to go with him. And he was wrong. So this to me was a bang of the table by Skraby.
Skraby banged the table for North Dakota, not touching water or Canada.
And he played himself.
Congratulations.
I don't know why I thought that like Montana was above North Dakota. I don't know why I thought that.
See, I told you.
Hasn't ever been.
You didn't have that.
You sure it didn't move?
You didn't have that power unified.
That's actually possible.
That's what it boiled down to.
I'm sorry?
You didn't have that power unified. Is what it boiled down to in the end. Maps, power unified had you, baby. That's how it works.
Poway just get a shout out for their map skills.
I looked at so many maps as a kid, man. The bad boys was posted everywhere.
Yeah, they were. That and the letters of the alphabet, capital and not capital.
You saw it
all
everywhere.
over the room. Yeah.
So it's engraved in my mind. All right. We do have a Chris versus the fans to get to. 833-288-0973. Let's get to it.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. Let me get the prize, which is Sammy Hagar. As Tony said, you're qualified to win a chance to win our grand prize, a trip for two to see Sammy Hagar in Las Vegas, including 2 tickets to the March 20th show, a 2-night stay at Park MGM, and a $100 gas card. Sammy Hagar returns to Las Vegas with his Best of All Worlds Las Vegas residency. Get ready to rock with your favorite hits from the Van Halen years, Sammy's solo hits, and more only in Las Vegas this March 11th through the 21st and September 18th through the 26th at Dolby Live at Park MGM. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Now the rules, you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it. You'll get that first question.
Perfect. All right, great. Why don't you get us to our first contestant?
Okay. Let me put these people on hold. Let's go. Okay, that guy just dropped. Let's go to Sean.
Hello, Sean. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the show. Sean?
First-time player.
First-time player!
All right.
Here we go.
Hey, Sean, are you an S-H-A-U or W-N or S-E-A-N?
S-E-A-N.
Okay.
S-E-A-N.
That's the OG.
That's spelling. The original gangster spelling?
That's the original gangster spelling right there. All right, here we go.
Sorry, Sean, for that.
Second question.
Sorry, Sean, for that.
Whoever screened him before put the S-H-U-A-U-N.
Yeah.
I would never spell someone's name Sean like that unless they told me.
Yeah. What nickname was shared by sports stars Raheem Ismail, Maurice Richard, and Roger Clemens? What nickname did all 3 guys share?
The Rocket.
Great answer.
Very good. And we also want to correct our host, Maurice Richard. Was the hockey guy there.
Maurice Richard.
Yes,
I apologize.
The Rocket Richard. But very good for you, Sean.
Nice work, Sean.
I'm just sticking up for you, Tony, because somebody out there would
listen, I'm
critical of that.
Please correct me. I don't want to be purposely butchering or accidentally butchering people's names. Here we go. Question number 3.
For the win.
Skraby got deep on some of these right here.
Mm-hmm.
What 2 I already started. What 2 gymnastic events are done in competition by both men and women?
Pole vault and it's like the table saw or something.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called.
I do too. But hold on. Tables.
I'm thinking. He said pole vault, and I know that was a mistake that he, just one of those things. But I do think both do the vault. So I am going to go with vault. And he may have given it to me, but I'm trying to think of women doing the pommel horses too. No, I don't think women do that. The men do the floor exercise. Oh, this is a tough one. Vault, I'm staying with vault. Rings, parallel bar. I'm impressed that I even know this many
me too.
events.
Honestly, me too.
I've never seen a man on a balance beam, which is a good thing.
That would hurt if they fell.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go. That's not pommel horse. I know the women don't do that. Ring. Yeah, I know.
Oh my god,
none of those are right.
Do I need to buzz him wrong, Tony? At this point,
No,
What is happening?
I haven't gone yet.
You've had way more.
Well, but I
time.
need the time. This is really. Because whatever I answer is gonna be. I hate when I answer and I know I'm wrong.
Tony, make a ruling on when his turn.
Pommel horse. Sean, you win.
Scraby was
Stay there,
waiting for
Sean.
you to stick with that
hovering
answer.
over the buzzer.
You actually said it.
I did.
You did. Vault was one of them.
I got that one.
And then floor was the other.
The men do the
exercise.
floor.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they do the tumbling.
They must have, and I just don't. I switched the channel, I guess.
I gotta say though that the rings might be.
That's the hard. That's the
gotta
be
hardest
the
thing
thing
in
in
the
the world.
planet.
All of
For
those
sure.
gymnastics guys.
I think all of it's
are
impossible,
quite
but
remarkable.
the rings in particular
Yeah,
are
the rings look
they're
bad.
special. It's
I
a
mean, when they
special
hold
type-
out to the side like
I could
this,
just feel my whole side tearing apart.
Oh,
I could feel
And
my
some of those,
shoulders
and
popping
yeah,
out.
not to mention the shoulder part. Yeah, that's insane.
Chris, I'm impressed that you knew as many events.
I need to see a male floor exercise, but I guess it happens. I just don't.
You can Google it.
I'm sure I can. I can't picture it though.
Just be careful when you Google male floor exercise.
May get some photos I'm not ready
Yes,
for.
I think so.
Well, good for you, Sean. You get the chance to win the trip to Las Vegas, just like that.
Yeah,
it's always good when you're first-time player. I like when first-time players win because it hopefully
It
employs
shows
other
you why
first-time
being
players.
a first-time player can give you an advantage.
That's right. And
Nice
you got
work.
it. That was good.
Strong contestant there. I think he would have given you some issues regardless.
That was just a good question. When you asked it, when you asked it, when you asked it, I thought, oh, this is gonna be a piece of cake. And then I started going through them, and I'm like, wait, none of these make sense to me.
we already know Sam Levitt wants to be an ice dancer, but
That's right.
We asked this one time,
I
what
forgot
event
about
would
that.
you want to do? And he said, ice dancer.
he said I would be a really good ice dancer.
And that's about how he said it.
He'd also be
Sam
he'd
Levitt.
also be a good jockey. You know what I'm saying? Like he's short in stature.
Okay.
I mean, you got to be light.
I think
don't
he weighs.
see-
I think he
don't-
weighs a little too much on.
I
I
don't
think
think
he's a little too
Sam-
heavy.
Yeah.
I don't think Sam would ever get on a horse.
I didn't say he would enjoy it. I just said his
Can you
stature.
imagine Sam being like, nah, on top of a horse? Which event would you guys do in gymnastics? If you could do one event, what would you do?
It has to be gymnastics.
Yeah.
I took gymnastics in high school.
Why is
Really?
that not a surprise to me?
Well, the teacher was just
Attractive?
too attractive. Yeah. Had to try it. Me and another friend of mine just said, let's go, as if it really mattered, right? And I tell you, first of all, you get up on the balance beam. It's only 4 or 5 feet off the floor, but then your eyes are another 5-6 feet.
However tall you are.
Right. So you're way up there. So forget that one. The floor exercise, the tumbling part, which is impossible to do anyway, but the in-between tumbling runs where you're walking around and doing that just seems too weird to me. So you feel kind of foolish.
He's doing like
When you're going from one spot to
Yeah,
another, that feels too foolish. I think the vault. You
Okay.
jump on the thing, you pop over. There's serious injury potential, but I think that's something you could maybe do.
I've always really wanted to be able to do the uneven bars.
You know what?
Ooh,
You
that
know.
looks
You
tough,
know what
too.
you would. You know what would be funny to see you.
See me?
Yeah,
What?
the floor. the floor.
I would
Me or
fall.
Skraby?
I would fall, and then I wouldn't be able to get back up.
Skraby would be hilarious.
Again, it's the movements in between that I think would be fun.
Oh, I would be a great ribbon dancer.
Ribbon dance. Now you're
they,
going with
they got the same thing,
rhythmic
the same
gymnastics.
type of movements. You
What do you got, Tony?
your-
What are you choosing here? You didn't choose.
I probably
one.
would probably be vault. It probably would be vault.
Yeah, seems like I don't know. You could. I mean, have you ever seen the clips of the guy hitting the board and then going straight into the side of the?
Yes, that looks
the vault like they mistimed it.
That doesn't
That
look
didn't
good
look
at all.
good.
At all.
No, it
All
doesn't.
right. Let's get to break. We got some.
Oh, I know what we
traffic
should
on-
talk about.
What you got?
We got to talk about Woody Johnson.
Yes.
Tony and I touched on this last
we
week, and then
did.
on Friday I had more information on it. But
We touched
still
on the
good.
fact that the NFL is they're not suing. They are filed a grievance
Yes.
against the NFLPA.
Yes, correct.
About these report cards that we have gone over pretty much the last 3 years that the Athletic does. It comes from players. NFL owners not really liking it.
We found out who.
Yeah, there's
didn't
one in
like it.
particular that's not liking it, and you'll figure out why. We're going to check some traffic and get to that on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
From the 8.
4:19 is the time. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. Good job there by Sean on the his debut performance in Chris versus the Fans.
He didn't miss.
Got the win, and we all learned a whole lot more about gymnastics than we probably thought we were going to on this day.
I think if someone can, I don't know if you guys play with AI out there, but if someone could put together an AI
Skraby doing a floor
routine,
As long as it's good, if it makes me look great,
I
I'm
think
fine.
that would be phenomenal.
I did.
There's got to be somebody sitting in an AI desk right now who just took that under advisement. They're like, well, let's see what we can do.
I did not gymnastics, but it was like called tumbling or something when I was little because you get to dive into the
that's like little
the
kids
beginning gymnastics.
Yeah,
I always loved diving into the foam blocks, and so that's what I just kept doing all the time. Just kept diving into the foam blocks.
How about actual diving? Did you ever dabble in any of that
Like-
off a springboard into a pool?
Like competitively?
No, of course not.
Oh no,
Just
I
having
loved.
fun.
Yeah, my grandparents had a springboard.
Were you good?
until-
Could you do a front flip, a back flip, any of that?
The front flip was easier than the back flip.
How
Back
about-
flip, I hit my
Did
head
you ever
one
miss
time.
it?
I hit my head
this is
Oh, you hit your head.
on the diving board
Ooh.
doing a back flip.
You and Greg Louganis.
I was about to say that. Great.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. This might age me. Do they still have like the pool areas with like the high dive? You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up going to a community center
where they have a pretty high dive.
where they had a high dive.
I think it's
But
3.5
concrete
meters.
thing.
and
I
it
think
was
it's
like
3.5
and it
meters.
was like a thing to like climb up there
It's
and like
way up there.
jump off.
Yeah.
I did it,
You've done that.
but
okay.
I haven't seen one. I really
I haven't seen one in a long
ages.
time either.
And springboards, I don't think are legal anymore in backyards and stuff because they're dangerous.
Well, a 3.5 meter springboard in the backyard, you'd have to have a little
Yeah,
deeper
it
pool
certainly wasn't in the
for
backyard.
that. But,
I always wanted like the hot tub, so I could get the divers in the Olympics. They get out and they
Oh,
go
and jump
to
right in.
run
hot
in
tub.
there, and yeah, that looks fun.
It does.
One last thing, 10-meter platform. Has anyone ever seen one? Everyone ever climbed up to the top of one and
10
walked
meters?
out there? Like they have for the Olympics.
32 feet. No,
I don't know
have
where
not.
you'd find one.
No.
I think they used to have one in Long Beach. I don't know where, if anybody knows where a 10-meter would even be, but I've
They
never
had one
done
in Long
that.
Beach?
They did it, one of those is maybe something they even had used for an Olympic or something.
I might have been to it then, because that's where I jumped off the
3.5.
It was in Long Beach.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever had that chance, but I mean, those guys in the Olympics or whatever, they make it look like it's child's play.
Yeah, they
I don't even
actually,
know how you
they
stand.
actually jumped, like they launched themselves.
Yeah, I don't even know how you'd stand there,
Yeah, no.
let alone
I'm good.
do a routine off of there.
The-
Greg, for you, been up there?
No, not 10, not
10
the 10
meter?
meter.
Yeah.
That's too high for me. I did jump into like when I was little, there was like this canyon area where you could jump in and people were doing that. And I jumped into like 40 feet and that was too much because it hurt when I hit the water.
Yeah, that's the thing with a 10-meter that I've been told, because I certainly never did it. But if you did just jump off, you could badly injure yourself if you didn't enter the water
Yeah,
correctly.
no, you need to make sure you touch
Right.
that water right.
Yeah.
Someone's saying there's a 10-meter diving board in the South County area.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Well, there is an Olympic training center down
Oh,
here.
duh.
They've gotta
There
have
it
that.
is.
That would probably be the
That would
place
be the
then.
one. Yeah. All right. Maybe we should
No.
see if
no,
Woodsy
let's-
wants to try
that's what
it.
I'm about to say,
No,
let's-
Woodsy likes to
let's
do
not
this stuff.
volunteer
Hey,
ourselves
Woodsy,
for
you've
this
never
madness.
hit the 100-mile-per-hour fastball. How about you jump off the 10-meter?
Nah, I think that.
I don't
might-
think
I
Woodsy
that-
wanted to do
I think
that.
You don't
that.
wanna do
I
that?
think that's even crazier. Quite frankly.
Really?
Yes.
You could get a lot more injured doing the 10-meter.
Wait. You think that just stepping off of a 10-meter platform is crazier than trying
I'm
to hit a
saying
100
that
mile
I
fastball?
think that's
I
crazier.
do.
I think
100
that
mile
that's
an hour fastball, the worst thing that can happen is you keep missing it and you go walk
Right,
away.
you move on about
A 10-meter platform, as we said,
You could miss it.
if you don't jump right, you
Yeah.
would hurt yourself just with the force you enter the water.
I'm not going to go down the road I was going to go down because I've learned a lesson ever since Tie 10.
This is, you know why I'm bringing this up, Tony, because I was hoping
Yeah.
Skraby would say, I can do it.
I don't want to see Skraby get hurt.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not
think
a big fan of
I don't
heights.
even think I'd let you try that.
I don't
one.
want
I'm
to
not a
see
big
this
fan of
dude
heights
get
either.
hurt.
I don't think we'd let you try that one. That's
See, I
just
would
the
much
way
rather-
it
He's
is.
lucky the tie 10 worked out in his favor in that
Yeah.
whole situation, because
I-
that could have turned out
terribly.
Health-wise, too bad.
Yeah.
I think I've tried to get Tony behind this idea of me being tackled by an Aztecs football player, but he thinks that I would die.
I
so
think you would have something broken. I don't even think they would consent to doing it because they know that you would end up hurt somehow.
They might hurt themselves trying not to hurt you.
I
listen to him.
Fine.
It's not a good idea.
I was going to ask, like, what's the craziest thing you've ever done? But we know for you, it'd have to be jumping out of the skydiving, which you've done a few times, right?
That wasn't that crazy.
Stupid.
I think it's pretty crazy. Correct me if I'm wrong. People who've actually skydived are in the minority out there over people that haven't.
For sure.
Oh, I guess in this room it's true.
I think in life,
in most rooms.
I think in life it's true.
I've done it twice.
I think swimming with the sharks in Tahiti with no cage was
that's never going to happen.
That was risky for me.
Yeah, I look.
Tony, you anywhere on this?
I did the
category?
shark. I did the shark thing in Bora Bora, and it's not. I
starts your heart.
I'm thinking about it right now. How stupid it was.
It starts your heart
in
man.
open water with.
Yeah.
My.
Shark. The funniest thing to me, not funny, but was that we sailed all the way out there on the big boat, and then we get there, and the guy starts throwing chum in the water. Like, you're bringing it in. What are you doing?
It is. The more I think about it, it's like I'm like one of the dumbest people I know.
I think the guy looked at me. He goes, "You should be happy I'm throwing this in there, because otherwise you would be the chum."
Yeah.
So that was his point, which didn't make me feel a whole lot more comfortable.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Sorry,
I remember. I just had this view. I remember like having the goggles on and putting my head in the water to see where the sharks were.
Tony's like, no.
Trying to take get a little look see before you went in.
They were way down there, and I was still terrified. I probably spent like 45 seconds in the water. I like put my head down, saw what I needed to see, and I was out.
There's one thing my girlfriend really wants me to do with her.
What's that?
Go in the ocean. And I said, nope.
So you don't, you kind of, you live by the same standards I do in terms of the ocean water. You don't get in it.
I don't get in it. I tried to do surfing for a little bit, and I was not good at it. And then I stepped on a stingray, and it did the little flippy thing underneath my foot, and that was it for me. I never went back in the water again.
Real quick on the shark. I bring this up because I remember a great comedian. I think his name was Robert. He passed away. Very funny guy. And I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. But I saw him on HBO one time. He talked about if you're attacked by a shark, the number one thing they tell you to do, and I'm reading this just to confirm it, your best bet if attacked is to make sure the shark sees you as a strong, credible threat. Usually, a hard blow to the shark's gills, eyes, or snout will work. So what they're telling you to do is to punch the shark.
Punch him right in the nose.
And the guy, the comedian said, the shark, after you punch him, says, I wasn't going to attack you, but I am now. He just punched me. That was a pretty funny line.
Yeah.
But that's true. If that ever happens.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that.
Yeah,
it's certainly... I hope I'm able to think that fast in that moment. Hit him in his gills.
And connect.
Right.
That would be one you'd want to connect.
Yeah. There's not a good forced punch that you can throw underwater.
Hopefully it doesn't take much.
Yeah, while the shark is just ripping my other arm off, I'm going to punch it in the nose. We never talked about Woody Johnson. We will in the 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
We'll get to Woody. I should have said that differently. All right, let's do
get to Woody.
Let's try to just get to the Big Five.
Robert Schimmel, is that who it was?
That is the guy.
Yes,
Thank you
Dominic.
for somebody who came up with that. Good job, Dominic.
All right, Big Five next.
Gwynn and Chris on the
Next on 97.3 The Fan, join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
I wanted to follow up before we get to the big five on Robert Schimmel, who somebody pointed out was the comedian who did that thing on the shark. He passed in 2010 at the age of 60 in a car accident. But he was hilarious. And I recommend, look this up for you guys. If you can find it, I'm sure you can on YouTube, whatever. It's Robert Schimmel, and the stand-up comedy special is called Unprotected. I think you'll be rolling for about an hour straight. It's really funny. And it's got, you want me to,
picture?
Yeah, his picture?
Yeah.
That's him in his little later in his life. But that is an hour of absolute classic, just hit everything right on the nose. Really funny stuff. So anyway, a recommendation from me to you out there.
Skraby, are you going to take care of Toyota when you start doing it, or you want me to head to that one too, buddy?
Let's go for it right now.
All right. This hour is also brought to you by Toyota of Poway. Voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. It's the season to save at Toyota of Poway. As I told you, it was voted #1.
They like to say that, yeah.
USA Today. The Black Friday sale event is on with brand new Toyotas in stock and ready to roll. Hurry to Toyota of Poway or toyotaofpoway.com and drive home happy this holiday season. No traffic, but Skraby's got a big five. Let's get to it.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
So KG is on the chat asking me if I've ever scuba dived. And I have scuba. Is it scuba doved? Scuba dived.
Dived.
Before
Dived
my
is the
life.
past tense of dive.
Oh.
Dove is not a word.
Dove's not a word?
Correct.
So like I
You didn't
dove for
dove
the
anywhere.
bag?
Nope, you dived.
Did you know that?
I did not. I certainly dove back to the bag, is what I would have said.
Yeah.
That's wrong, huh?
Check it out.
I dived
be
back to the
sure.
bag.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody ever says that, right? He dove back to the bag. But
This is wild.
pretty positive that the past tense of dive is dived.
But anyway, I was saying I've done scuba diving before. The breathing part is the part I can't do.
Yeah.
The breathing is hard.
That's
It's
kind
not
of a necessity,
regular,
right?
It's definitely a necessity.
Good point.
Is that important?
It's not like you could just breathe normally.
No.
You have to take the breath in and out. And it wasn't good.
And that's the thing, is the moment I see an animal,
Is when the
the
breathing's
breathing's going to
Right.
immediately change.
Yeah, when you see the shark, make sure you stay relaxed.
It's not possible. For me, at least.
Not many people.
All
at
right.
least.
With that said, let's move on.
Number 5.
We've covered a lot today, guys, all over the place. Scuba diving, gymnastics, a comment made earlier today.
YouTube does have the unprotected. I'm still kind of fired up about this Robert Schimmel thing.
Oh,
Go ahead. Sorry.
Just like,
like what?
all right, we talked about it briefly earlier in the show, but Luis Campisano, Padres need to make a decision on him. And Tony, you're up first. I'll ask you the same thing I did about Kyle Hart. Will Luis Campisano be on the opening day roster?
Yes.
Whoa.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that's all he needs. I mean, I didn't ask why.
I mean, at this point, I don't think it's a crazy thought. On November 18th, the roster is missing 4 guys from the 40. You know, you'd be missing a bunch of starters.
True.
The roster.
Do we have any other catchers at the moment?
No, we have
Diaz was
Fermin. That's it.
You're not. Isn't Maldonado? He's going to be a coach.
He retired.
Now, right? Yeah.
Diaz was not. His option was not picked up, so we only have one. I mean, one that's on the 40 man. Or I
Okay.
shouldn't say that. One that's was on the big league roster last year.
Yeah. That makes sense. Chris, do you think he makes the opening day roster?
I need to ask Tony, is he under what's his contract situation?
For me, he's under
Luis Campusano. Could he sign somewhere else since he's in the minor leagues? Let's say somebody wanted to bring him on a major league deal.
They protected him 2 years ago, right?
Protected him from
on the 40-man. He came up to the big leagues, 2 years ago? That was his first?
2020 was his first.
So they got control.
They got
control of him, yeah.
Yeah, they still have control of him for sure. Like, he can't just go pick another team.
Right. They haven't non-tendered him, so they got his rights
for at least another debut in 2020.
Yeah. So I would say at least through this year, maybe longer because of the time he's actually spent.
I say we put him on. Yes.
All right.
Schilt's gone. I don't think Schilt liked him.
But
I don't.
I mean, the last couple managers have managed him the same, which is give him a chance.
Well, I think Bob Melvin gave him a lot more of a chance.
Yeah, he did. By the way, people are freaking out. Dove is a word.
I'm about to say I've never said
the original past tense of dive is dive. Dove developed as an alternate form in the 1800s, probably by analogy with drive and drove.
So
actually, Chris was right until the 1800s.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I've been wrong for 140 years. That's all. Come on.
Chris did grow up with that stuff.
He kind of saw it from the beginning.
I was taught dived as a youngster.
You know what?
And I never made the adjustment.
I'll give you a pass on this.
Thank you.
Because when you were in your schoolhouse back in the 1800s,
Wild Dove
just before
also,
the 1800s.
I'm just
1799.
Right. That's when he came in to know it was dive.
It says this in dark, bold letters from Merriam-Webster. The past tense of dive is dived. Wild Dove is also used, particularly in North America. Dived is the original form, and it remains the preferred usage in British English.
Yes,
British I'm not there. Okay.
All right.
It makes total sense, actually.
It does.
That last part.
Yes.
Number 4.
Ever since J.J. McCarthy came back and won Week 1's Monday Night Football game against the Bears, he has not been as great and seemingly holding the Vikings back right now. He's thrown 6 TDs and 8 interceptions and is only averaging around 170 yards passing a game. His team is now 4-6, and they have lost the last 4 of 5. In hindsight, here's the question. In hindsight, should they have brought back Sam Darnold, who went to the Seahawks? But keep in mind, Chris, Darnold's cheap this year, and then he makes $33 and $41 million the next 2 years. So you have to keep that in mind when you're deciding whether or not the Vikings should have brought back Sam Darnold.
I think it's a two-pronged, because number one, if you have Jefferson, right, this year on your fantasy team, you're not happy, right? He's supposed to be like one of the dominant players.
I did not pick him. I was not sure.
He has not really done much, and I think that's on J.J. McCarthy. You've got to get – and again, we've seen it in the past. You don't even have to get the ball to an open Jefferson. Just get it in the area.
Give him a chance. That's
right.
it.
And I think McCarthy needs to do a better job of that. However, on the other side, I don't think it's bad. You're breaking in a new guy. I think he's shown some signs. He hasn't been consistent. But let's be honest. If the guy doesn't make a long kickoff return, they beat the Bears the last game, and he's the hero for pulling the game out at the end. Similar to the first Bears game. So there's a lot of circumstances. And I think McCarthy has a good future, and you have to have some growing pains. So it's okay, I say.
Tony, should they have brought back Sam Darnold, the Vikings?
No. I think if you bring back Sam Darnold, it changes the way you can fill out the rest of your roster.
Right.
And I think they made the calculation that this could be the scenario in the first year of J.J. McCarthy. Right? Like he didn't have any really starts under his belt.
And he got hurt.
He got hurt last year.
And he was hurt this year.
And he was hurt at the beginning of this year. So I think they knew that this could be a part of it. I think they chose this route because he was going to be cheaper, not just this year, but for the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And they get a chance to, if he develops the way they think he's going to, they got a chance to solidify all the other spots on that roster. It's kind of like the Chiefs, right? They had a time frame where they could just ride out Patrick Mahomes until they eventually had to pay him. They did. and they've kind of
49ers enjoyed that with Brock Purdy.
This is kind of the formula.
Jaden Daniels and the Commanders.
They already seemingly have the pieces around that maybe you can strengthen over the next couple of years. And by having a cheap quarterback, this gives you the space to do that, to make improvements beyond this year.
I honestly think the way to win a Super Bowl now is if you don't have a legendary quarterback,
you got to go.
You have to go with a good young quarterback.
And the problem with that is, as we're learning, it may not be an exact science to identify who these quarterbacks are.
Yeah.
I mean, your boy, last pick in the entire draft.
Yeah.
Right? So there clearly a whole bunch of teams passed him up before the Niners got to him.
I know he's a 1 in a million shot, though.
Is he, though? Tom Brady? There's another one? I mean,
two of them.
There's a lot of guys that are talented and drafted late, and if they land with the right team, they got a shot.
Johnny Unitas was playing on a pickup sandlot dirt field when somebody found him.
Really?
Yeah, he went to Louisville, and then it didn't
Louisville,
and then he didn't go right to the Colts and become like the greatest quarterback of that era.
Wow,
took a while.
I did not know that.
Never know.
I mean, that's the other thing. Look at the late blooming quarterbacks we've seen over the last couple of years, right? Baker Mayfield.
Sam Darnold might be one.
Sam Darnold's turning into one. Like, it's just going back to the point that we talk about often. Like, we usually talk about coaches, but goes for quarterbacks, just goes for development in general. You got to have some patience. It's not going to happen in a year all the time.
Before we move on to the next one, we need to give you your traffic report.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. A little busy on our roads, guys. And yes, we've got some scattered showers still hitting parts of the county. Overturn crash on southbound 15 just before the 8. This has got the 2 left lanes blocked further south right before the King Freeway. Accident in the clearing stage. Some problems in the North County. Got this collision northbound 15 before Camino del Norte. It's over the right shoulder of the HOV lane. And up ahead before West Bernardo, accident involving several vehicles. This one's blocking the 2 right lanes. And a pickup truck was on fire southbound 5 Coastline right before Santa Fe Drive. It's over to the right shoulder. An important reminder about the upcoming holiday, whether it's a big road trip or just braving LA traffic to see the family for Thanksgiving. Make sure your car is ready with Valvoline Instant Oil Change, a 15-minute drive through oil change. No appointment needed. Find your nearest location and grab money-saving coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. That's SoCalOilChange.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Number 3.
All right, so Chris said that Johnny Unitas was drafted in the 9th round by the Steelers in 1955, and they cut him.
And the Steelers weren't good again for another 17 years.
Probably
after that
shouldn't
mistake.
have cut Johnny U.
Yeah.
Does anybody call him Johnny U?
They did.
All right.
Quite often.
All right, I was reading an article about the Jamar Chase 1-game suspension for spitting on Jalen Ramsey, and the article brought up the other 1-game suspensions that have happened in the NFL. Basically, the point of the whole thing was the NFL suspensions have no real consistency. Jalen Carter wasn't really even suspended after spitting on Dak Prescott this year.
He's still mad about that one.
Yeah, because something he did in the game was acting as his punishment, which is crazy to me. But then you have Gronk. He was suspended 1 game back in the day for giving the people's elbow to a Bills player that was lying on the ground. Remember that? He just went crazy. In 2018, the Jaguars, I didn't even know this. Jaguars' Dante Fowler Jr. was suspended 1 game for a series of events that included, quote, refereeing a fight between his girlfriend and the mother of his child. Refereeing a fight.
Told him to just square off, huh?
Like, what? He also assaulted a police officer and additional charges of battery and theft, but he only got 1 game. So with this in mind, Tony, is 1 game a proper suspension for spitting on another player? Should it be more? Should it be less? Should it just be a fine?
I think it's good for now. But dare I say we are in a trending thing of people spitting on people?
Yeah, this is they're gonna have to.
So for now, I'm okay with it. But if we continue to see it, yeah, I think you need to touch the pockets a little bit. Jamar Chase, no matter he makes a good amount of money, but I promise you, he's gonna feel that.
This was a $500,000 spit.
$500,000 that he is going to miss out on this week.
Yeah.
He's going to feel that. And I promise you.
But his wife mentions it to him a time or two.
He's probably not married, is my guess. Jamar Chase. I don't think he's married. 2. You get 2 games, that turns into a meal. And you're getting it in back-to-back weeks. You feel that.
That's a lot. And your team is that.
See, what's different about football, unlike baseball, where it's spread out over a course of 6 months, it's harder to, when you dock an NFL player a game check, they feel that immediately.
Mm-hmm. I would say it wouldn't be a bad idea if the NFL came out right now and said, next guy who spits
2 games,
3 games.
3
Just
games.
say it.
Yeah.
Say it right
it would
now.
Probably stop it.
Well, but wouldn't the Players Association?
I just had a crazy thought, like a dude like in the middle spitting and then realize
catches it,
just kind of falling on their face.
Hey, that'd be better than paying $1.5 million.
It's like your babies when they first are children. They haven't quite been able to figure out the whole throwing up thing. That'd be kind of what it was like.
The Players Association might fight that, so they don't want to be fined, but it's going to be a bad look for them to fight that.
Yeah, you can't punish our player for spitting on someone else.
If the league just comes out and says next guy 3 games, that's going to probably stop it.
It's a disgusting act. It needs to not be seen anymore, and I think the best way to do it is to touch their pockets a little bit.
I agree.
A lot of
do you have anything else to add?
No, we're good.
Number 2.
Ole Miss has given Lane Kiffin an ultimatum to decide his future before the November 28th Egg Bowl against Mississippi State. A person briefed on the discussions told The Athletic. Kiffin is 10-1 this year. He's considered a candidate for open jobs at both Florida and LSU. A source confirmed that LSU sent a private plane for Kiffin's family to visit Baton Rouge on Monday, and the Kiffin family also took a similar trip to Gainesville the day before. Lane Kiffin was not on either trip. The Advocate and On3 first reported those visits. Chris, you're up first.
Okay.
Is legacy a thing anymore?
For a coach?
Yeah.
Or for anyone?
For anyone.
Well, in college football, I don't think Lane Kiffin's a different bird. We already talked about the Lane Kiffin conundrum. Everywhere he's gone, he's been no less than mediocre. I would say this has been the best sustained work he's done to have Ole Miss the top, 5 or 6 in the country.
It seems like he gets teams back on track.
But everybody wants this guy, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, for certain people, money talks. There must be a legacy guy out there somewhere. But you're right. No, it doesn't.
How is his legacy affected?
I'm saying legacy like you stay at one school. The stadium's going to be named after you one day.
I remind everybody. A lot of the head coaches that we are talking about had legacies, weren't at their first stop when they made their legacies. They coached elsewhere before blowing up wherever they were. Saban being one of them. Alabama was not
Michigan
his
State
first start.
Before that, Toledo, right? I think.
I also want to make the point that Lane Kiffin was like 30-something when he got his first gig.
Yeah, he was young.
And so he's super young. And so I think what you're seeing now is him kind of maturing and figuring out what he needs to do to be a successful coach. Out of all the places he's been to, you'd have to say even with USC, maybe the Raiders is probably the biggest job he had.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Ole Miss is probably the second.
Talk to people who live there. That's the most important job.
SEC team. He's got them top 10 in the nation. I think legacy's still important. I think these guys are trying to find that perfect place a lot of times, which sometimes backfires in making their legacy.
I do not know if I want to go to LSU after the governor just fired.
Let me ask you a question.
Guy.
Out of those 3 places, LSU,
Ole Miss,
where is Ole Miss? Where is that actually?
Mississippi.
I know the state.
Yeah, Oxford. Yeah.
So you got Oxford, you got Gainesville, and you got Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge is a big town.
I'm going to Baton Rouge. Not going to Gainesville.
As his family's
Sorry
flying,
to our Gator Padre fan on the chat.
As his family is flying around, don't you think that's probably in the calculations? Can we see ourselves living here?
By the way,
hey, Gator Padre, tell me which city you would want to live in most.
I think I know what he's going to say.
Gainesville?
Yeah.
Real quick, there's some report out there also that Arkansas might be reaching out the sauce to John Gruden. Keep an eye on that potentially.
My goodness.
Gruden wants to get back. I'm telling you, the Dolphins need to call this guy. He's the guy.
That is the thing that dooms every team. You know what? I'm gonna hire a guy who hasn't worked in 5 years.
On the other side.
Also, the happy hour. Gwynn and Chris, 5 o'clock. San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. Skraby Chronicles, 6 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow you're off, though.
I am.
Good for you.
Yes, thank you.
You don't take enough days off as far as I'm concerned. You can read into that however you like.
I will read
into that exactly how it was laid out.
You know what? I thought tonight I get to go home. I don't have to worry about the show tomorrow. It's going to be great.
It's nice, right? It's nice. Give yourself a little break. This hour, 97.3 The Fan, brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday only at Staples. Save on custom cards, custom wrapping paper, great gifts, plus shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely. Don't miss out on the latest laptops. You get up to 45% off. Staples, that was easy. Good invention department. The people who decided it was okay to put a gift into a bag and stuff some paper on top of it and hand it to the person.
You don't like that look?
No, I said I like that invention instead of me and you and everyone else having to wrap everything.
I suck at wrapping.
Sure you do.
I'm terrible.
Who's worked on it?
Oh, a lot of women have.
I like wrapping.
My wife.
You would rather wrap a present than put it in a bag?
You're good at that. Like you can get the
dimensions.
See, I'm terrible at that.
I get my
the fact that he used the word dimensions lets me know how good he is.
I get my little pieces of tape and I put them on the table beforehand, so I have them ready to go. Boom, boom, boom.
All right, I'm going to give you guys a tough one here, and I'm going to give you 20 minutes to do it. And because I got on this with the discussion about how great quarterbacks were not always drafted high. We looked up Johnny Unitas. I'm on a website here called Ranker. Have you ever seen this one, Tony?
I don't think so. I've heard
pretty
of it,
much
though.
Any category you can think of, they will rank, and then you as a person on the website can vote a person to move up or down, so you have some impact on the ranking.
Okay.
I like lists like this. Anyway, this is the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I just went through 1 through 50. Somebody totally forgot John Elway.
I think Ranker's
John,
also...
if you're there, you better call. He's not on the list at all.
He's got to be in the top 50.
I think Ranker is fan voted, right?
It's mostly fan voted, yes. But I think they probably start with a certain ranking
list,
and then you vote them up and down. All right, but here's my question to you guys. I'm going to go 7 deep.
Okay.
What would be your order? Top 7 greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Has to be Brady number 1.
Now, I don't want you to do it now. I want you to give me 20 minutes, and then you'd give me a tip. Give it to me.
Okay.
Think it through a little bit.
All right.
Top 7. I think everybody has a different list, except for maybe the number 1 spot.
Okay. We all went quiet. I need to.
Everybody wants to work on their list.
All
you can work on your list out there. Who would you put in the top 7? Johnny Unitas, when I was youngest in the 1800s, was clearly
youngest.
Right. He was clearly number 1. Johnny Unitas, young quarterback. Yeah, he was the greatest quarterback of all time. There was no discussion. I don't think Johnny Unitas makes anybody's top 7 anymore.
No.
Just saying.
I think Norm Van Brocklin should be in there.
Well, he's got the craziest record we've ever.
Yeah, no one can break his
times.
passing yard record. Which
I don't
is
understand
insane.
that in this day and age.
Like,
right, it makes no sense.
None at all. He
None.
broke the record in 1951. Most yards passed for in one game. No one's ever beaten.
That's insane. You'd never some guy will have 600 yards one day.
You think?
Yeah,
you're waiting for it.
Like that would be a crazy day though. 600 yards passing. Yeah. That would
Van
be
Brocklin's
absolutely insane.
Still the guy there.
All right, can I ask my last?
Oh yes, you had one more in the Big 5.
Number 1.
It's about the Rockies. So they went 43-119 last season, and they're still looking for a manager of their team. They're still looking for a GM of their team. They hired Paul DePodesta as their baseball ops guy. Last year, interim manager Warren Schaefer is still waiting to see if they're going to move him into the manager role. But my question for you, Tony, you're up first. Will the Rockies win? Will they be over or under 42.5 wins next year?
So you're saying that Can they repeat?
Can they be as
Or
bad
better?
or worse next year, basically?
Yeah, I think this is going to be hard to be worse than 42.
Yeah.
That's going to be real hard. I know it doesn't seem like it, but just remember, they were on pace to be under that last year, to break the old record.
They were supposed to end up
and they
with
got
about
on
29 wins.
They got on whatever kind of heater that is to get to that number.
Warren
but-
Schaefer took over for Bud Black and went a cool 36-86.
So he
didn't really improve things too much.
He counted for every win except for 7.
Yeah, Buddy Black was 7-33 when they let him go. I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to win way more than that.
Yeah.
And I think it's, first of all, it's just they should. Secondly, Hunter Goodman is becoming pretty good. Tovar is decent. Doyle, I think, had a little sophomore slump. Mickey Moniak's starting to figure it out. Jordan Beck, I think, is going to be a good player.
Yeah.
They also have some pretty good young pitchers who showed some signs. Dollander was the top of the guys, but a couple of the other guys weren't, as awful as you might think, though their records certainly say they were. So, yes, they're going to win more than that.
All right.
They got some young players that I think they're probably going to keep the same team together because they're not going to go get anyone else.
I mean, do they expect Chris Bryant to play next year?
They're going to pay him. You might as well try to get him back going.
But is he medically capable? I mean, it
don't
sounds
know.
like his back is really terrible.
Yeah, not sure.
We'll find out.
Yeah, but there's some pretty good young players, I thought, this year. Just never translated into a win or two.
It doesn't matter. Everybody packs that stadium, even if they don't win any games.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Considering they have a basketball and a football team there at different times of the year.
And they're good.
And
Both
now
of
the
them
football
good. Team is back, and the football team's always popular. I talked to some, my wife's from Denver, so we talk about it with her family and people. A lot of the people I've talked to said that Coors Field sells itself.
It does.
As a place to go, have a cocktail, watch a beautiful sunset, and oh, by the way,
catch a ball game.
There's a ball game going on. And
if you go to the
people
game,
buy it for that
listen,
reason. They love it. I guess there's a lot of places where you can get, drinks and beers,
Yeah.
and people
I mean,
just love the atmosphere.
It's a normal baseball experience in 2025.
Yeah.
And if you go to a game, that's how the people are reacting to
Right.
things
When
that
somebody
are
hits a
happening.
home
Right?
run, you got to
Like,
oh yeah.
it just depends. Like if it's middle of the game, they probably had a couple drinks. They may have caught the ball going to the fence. They cheer.
They're
They
going
may-
to win a
or they-
baseball game.
Or they may not have caught the ball.
Right. They
going
may,
over the
right.
fence.
They're still happy. They're still happy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's their situation. Good for them.
I got my 7, by the way.
All right, we're going to do our top 7 quarterbacks. Everybody's top 7. I think it's a tough one to do. A couple of quick scores in the NBA. Second quarter score, Orlando 63, Golden State 60. This is actually not surprising, right? NBA games are really high scoring now. I bring it up. Steve Kerr
Yeah, he
today came out and said, look, this is one of the reasons guys are getting hurt. Because the games are just too fast paced. And he's right. Nobody doesn't run the ball up the floor anymore, Tony.
It is so, and it's such a great point that I don't think we think about. I just think we see the numbers and we are talking about the offense and how no one plays defense. The pace of this game and the way it's spread out now, right? There's nobody clogging up the lanes. It's like 5 out.
I was doing reffing just last night and reminded myself, when you're the ref under the basket now, you don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Because they never pass the ball in there anymore.
You can slide yourself into the lane and get a little closer look at this point because no one's in
no
there.
one's there. What are you doing, ref? I just get a little closer look. Standing out in the middle of the floor here.
I mean, but it's a good point, right? I think as the pace picks up, we see it every year. Maybe we just didn't pick up on it because the pace and the points is what we were paying attention to.
And the defense, you have to cover so much more ground.
Right. And
because
so
if a guy goes out 30 feet, you better be out there.
And the thing, though, I think everybody's paying attention to now based on how last season ended. You had a couple torn Achilles down the stretch there. And you're seeing all these calf strains that preceded a lot of these torn Achilles. You got about 3 or 4 guys out, big guys out, with calf strains right now.
Right. And Giannis is the
Giannis
latest.
is
you
the
don't want to
latest.
lose guys like him.
And so, like, I don't. It's one of those things, kind of like the pitching in baseball, right? Where once
they're throwing so hard,
once the can has been opened, can you go back now?
Yeah. Can you
once
tell
you
guys
spread
to start
the floor
less?
Right. Once you spread the floor and you're putting up these points, can you now go back and be like, you know what? Let's clog the paint up again.
I tried to come up with all kinds of reasons why there are more arm injuries. There's no discussion anymore. It's just because they throw so hard.
Right.
That's
and
why.
they're maxing out all the time.
By the way, real quick, they have in the story, players in the NBA run a combined how many miles per game? What do you think? I guess this is all 10 players or all one team?
I would say probably every player's running.
What do you think? Every player runs a couple miles?
No, I'd say 6.
They say 34 miles. Players combined 34.3 miles per game at an average speed of 4.5 miles an hour, which whatever that means, that's the longest and largest and fastest like in a long time. Steve Kerr also pointed out the Warrior, and this is probably why he said it originally, Warriors tonight are on their 5th back-to-back of the first month of the season.
That's crazy.
Steve Kerr not happy with that.
And listen, when you play it, you got to squeeze him in.
He said it's time to end the back-to-back. He goes, sorry, we're going to have to give up some revenue or we're going to lose all our players. Steve Kerr, they ought to listen to the guy.
We're coming to that point, that midpoint where a decision is going to have to be made, because you already are having to rest guys, and this is in part because of that. And so, what are you going to do? How are you going to fix this? Because it's definitely a problem. Fans are irritated. They're paying money for these tickets.
Right.
Guys aren't playing, but you see, guys are going out because the pace may very well be too quick.
I mean, I am not trying to defend anything. The Bulls played double overtime Sunday night in Utah and last night in Denver at altitude.
At that.
How do you get your body even through that?
It's
not easy.
You can't. It's tough. It's tough. And that's why guys will sit.
All right, we'll take a quick one for a check of the traffic. Top 7 quarterbacks of all time. What's your list? We'll try ours when we come back.
Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Skraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm going to laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Skraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. Not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Skraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Skraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. Not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Skraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait. Waiting to hear about Woody Johnson and these report cards. And we have just kept you waiting.
Wait till tomorrow.
Wait a little bit longer.
Sorry.
We'll get to you in the last segment.
You Jet fan out there. Sorry to you.
He's a Jet fan.
Jets fan.
There's actually someone, I was talking about the Jets one day on the Skraby show, and they're like, it's nice when someone talks about my team on the radio, even if they stink.
Yeah, listen, if there's a random team out there, we typically will find them.
Yes.
We will eventually
There's a
mention
Jet
them.
fan there somewhere.
Yeah, one Jet fan.
There's one Dolphin fan.
That's not true. That's not true. There's way more.
Speaking of Dolphins fans, I ran into somebody you worked with, Chris, today. Mike Jackson?
Yep. Action Jackson, Bears fan.
And he wanted me to ask you how do you think feeling about the Dolphins this year?
Not good.
I told him, I was like, we've actually talked about it quite often.
He and I share a love of the Blackhawks, and we played a lot of hockey together.
He spoke very highly of you.
Good guy, and he was a board op of mine way back in the day.
Okay.
And he did some updates and things of the sports radio world.
He did the classic thing to me that sometimes happens to me. They call me Chris. Get my uncle instead of calling me. Yes, it's one of the things.
He called you Chris.
Yes, that's one of the main kind of mess ups that happened to me.
I'm going to make if Mike Jackson happens to be listening out there, if he happens to be listening, I'm going to make him uncomfortable for a half a second. One of my all-time favorite photos I've ever taken and posed for is with Mike Jackson.
Would you guys?
That's the uncomfortable part. The other part was we were in the studio the day they brought the Stanley Cup in. And he and I held it, and it was a good photo.
Nice. Yeah. That's nice. All right. So for you, Mike, was it Mike Johnson?
Jackson. No, that's the Speaker
Woody
of the House.
Johnson.
thing
Woody
or something.
Johnson. Sorry. Woody Johnson. For those of you waiting on that, we'll get to you in a sec. But Chris challenged us to come up with our top 7 quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tougher than I thought it was. So let's
see. I can see how you would say that, given that you were born in, we talked about you being 1800s, right?
Yeah,
so
seen more guys.
You've seen more guys.
Yeah, there's some great ones.
Are we going to go from 7 to 1?
I think so. Although we all know one, right? Are we all going Brady, or is there any argument?
Yeah,
Brady's
it's
one.
pretty hard to argue that one.
I mean, do we all have the same number 2?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think that's going to jump around here.
That could jump
all right.
around.
So let's go back to
all right, let's
7.
start with 7. I'll start since it was my list, my idea. I really badly wanted to get Otto Graham in here, and I know many of you don't even know who that is. But he was the Cleveland Browns quarterback in the 50s, and in 10 years, he won 7 championships. No one's ever won more than Otto Graham. But I can't put him ahead of a guy like Drew Brees, who I just think deserves to be in this. And he's 9,000 yards behind Brady on the all-time list. But I think he'd be higher if
he was higher than Brady when he retired.
Right? And if he would have played at the beginning, right? He was battling for playing time before they figured it out. His ability to get the job done and at his size, winner all around. So, number 7 is Drew Brees for me. You want to go, Scrape?
Sure. I have this is going to be self-serving, but I think there's an argument for it. Steve Young was very good at football.
Steve Young's got an
Growing
argument.
up, he was my quarterback. I would ride or die with Steve Young. I love the way that he ran. Even when his helmet fell off, he was still going for it.
I wonder what Steve Young would have done in a career if he didn't play, 3 years in the USFL and play with the Tampa Bay? And then he went to the 49ers. That had to be the best 2 quarterback combo in the history of the world.
Again,
Montana and Young.
You go to the right organization, you got a chance.
I never understood why Steve Young wanted to be behind Joe Montana for, as long
I don't
as
know that they had the same kind of options at that point.
Back in the day.
Maybe not, yeah. Steve Young, the only negative knock on him.
BYU?
Yeah, he's BYU's and he's a descendant of
he is a descendant of Brigham Young.
Yeah, it has to stick.
It has to work. It has to factor into my vote. Sorry, Steve. Tony, you're number 7.
Going Dan Marino.
Marino,
number 7.
Number 7.
No, he gets a lot of flack for not winning a Super Bowl, but this was like the Aaron Rodgers before Aaron Rodgers. Like
he was
extreme arm talent. No one was like him. And he was that good.
He was
like
that good.
Without winning a title. So he's number 7 on my list.
7. All right, 6. I had to tie. This is cheating.
This is cheating. This is how you get 8 in?
Yeah.
Such a cheat.
This is cheating. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers share the 6th spot.
That's whack.
I've taken both Green Bay quarterbacks, and they won a lot of MVPs, so I'm putting them together. I couldn't decide which one to pick. And I didn't want them both on my list, so they tie. Sorry. Skraby.
I'm going to go with Drew Brees at number 6.
Okay.
Because he revamped his career. He won that Super Bowl. But, I mean, him playing in St. Louis. I was thinking the greatest show on
Not
turf.
St. Louis.
Yeah, sorry, New Orleans. That was fun football to watch.
It wasn't it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was on a roll, Breeze was something.
Antonio.
Well, since Chris is cheating, I'm going to cheat
There
too.
you go. Yeah, you're picking up on how to do it. I may cheat again.
My number 5 is actually 5 guys.
Right.
Wait, how? This is 6 for me.
6, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to put both. No, I'm going to put Drew there. Drew's number 6 on my list.
Drew there.
Yeah.
Okay. Drew makes all 3 lists, though. Good for you, Drew.
That's
deserved, I think. Number 5. I think you might say it's too early in his career.
Nope.
Can't do it. I got to put my homeboy in number 5. I wish he would stop whining for calls. And I agree with you, Skraby. It's just kind of like embedded in him now. But he's such a great quarterback and winner. And he is doing things that none of the guys on this list have ever done. Throwing the ball, running the other way. And talk about a winner. 17-4 in the playoffs. Not bad. I got to put him in there.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Number 5.
My number 5 is actually Dan Marino.
Marino gets in both lists. Or 2
like
lists
Tony
so far.
said, way ahead of his time. Slinging that ball everywhere. Loved watching Dan Marino play.
He could fire.
5 on my list is the 2 combo of Brett Favre and Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Putting them together?
Putting
Why
them
not?
together. Yeah, you did it.
They
so I'm
both
doing it.
deserve mention. It's just hard to separate. They got 7 MVPs between them. That's pretty impressive.
Cole on the chat says about Chris, quote, I didn't want them both on my list, yet they ended up on his list.
That's right. That's it. But that's how these lists work.
It is 100%.
What do we have? Number 4. This is where I put Marino. He gets all the criticism deserved, but I can make the case and go on and on. Nobody watched him more probably than I did. He had no running game, no offensive line. Well, he had a pretty good offensive line in terms of protecting him. But he didn't need the protection because his release was the fastest in the history of the sport. He had no defense. He had to score 40 points a game, and he did. And when he broke the record of 48 touchdowns, the previous mark was only 36. Imagine breaking it by that much.
What, 12?
Yeah. He was so ahead of his time. Number 4.
My number 4 is Patrick Mahomes. I think
we're getting similar.
Someone that wins as many Super Bowls as he does in this day and age of it's impossible, it seems like, to repeat, but he does it a lot. And he just seems to find a way to win. And I'll stop right
every
there.
day
because
except
it's
for
too
last
much
Sunday.
complimenting.
Yeah. Too much.
Tony.
This is 4 for me.
4 for you.
That would be Peyton Manning.
Oh.
Number 4
Wait a
on my
minute.
list.
I got to rework my list.
Yeah.
I didn't forget about
I know
you,
you
Peyton.
did.
Yeah,
He revolutionized in some ways the audible, the
Omaha.
just dissecting
That's
defenses.
the name of his production company.
It
right?
is. It's great.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Number 3 is my Peyton Manning spot. Nobody ever studied the game, too, as diligently as he did.
Wow.
Remember the stories that he used to learn the name of a safety man's wife so he could throw
use
a
that as
jab
an
at
audible,
how's your
yeah.
wife and the safety. What the, Peyton Manning was looking for any edge. I think he's become better almost in his retirement. He's so personable now. Everyone likes this guy now.
I loved him being so irritated that Geno Smith did not take the check down last night.
Yeah, he was.
He was like, it was right. He was like, he's just so flustered. Like it was right there.
He's
a guy who
said,
can't
don't
say
get
that.
bored. What he said, don't get bored with, I can't remember.
Gaining your yards.
Getting your yard. Yeah, something along those lines. It's like, just take the points. Just take the yards in front of you.
It's great. We're actually turning out a little.
Oh, you know
more-
what we're going to have to do soon? biggest fan.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
Okay.
My number 3 is Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
So we already talked about it.
On to Tony's number.
My
3.
number 3 is Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, you got the Mahomes boy up a little.
He's
higher.
already up there.
Yeah,
3
he's
for
up
me.
There. Number 2, Joe Cool.
Yep.
Joe Cool was cool. Look, all you need to know is 4 Super Bowls, 12 touchdowns, no picks. Man was perfect when it had to be. And I'll never forget seeing him in college at Notre Dame, winning some incredible games if you want to look him up. Nobody was better at the comeback than Joe Montana, fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Any circumstance, he could win the game. Number 2.
My number 2 is also Joe Montana. I didn't actually get to see him play in an era where I remembered it, but I saw the tail end of his career. But growing up, if Montana was God in our houses, so
for sure. Yep. Same.
Montana. Yep.
Okay.
So Montana.
Montana and Brady go 2-1. All right. So that wasn't as crazy as I thought. We got most of the guy. Now, John Elway didn't get a mention there. Some people would disagree with that.
I tell you what, one Super Bowl, he's on that list. Lamar Jackson.
Lamar's going to be tough to beat with his running.
One Super Bowl, there won't be anybody on the list that has the type of numbers.
It's not going to be this year. He's going to get that Super Bowl.
It's not looking good, but he's what they won like
and
4
I'm
straight.
looking down the whole list. These are guys that always get mentioned, and one guy that I think doesn't locally should always get a mention is Dan Fouts. I don't think anybody understands how incredible this guy was. But, they never got to the big dance type of stuff.
All right, guys.
Break?
Nope.
Biggest fan.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's that on? Is that on me?
I'll do it. I have it right here.
I have it if you like.
Okay, go for it.
We all have it, okay?
We want to fight for it?
No.
You want to wrist wrestle for it?
Wrist wrestle?
When's the last time anybody called it that?
What is it? Oh, is that like... Is
That's
that
arm
like,
wressling.
Oh,
I never
wrist
heard that.
wrestling.
But in
I
the
just
old
think
days,
about them going like this.
No, in the old days of Wide World of Sports, Jim McKay would come, and today the world's wrist wrestling championships from
I do remember
Corona,
they used to put those on telecast, and they'd be over there like checking their hands.
Yep.
What was the movie where Sylvester Stallone?
What was that?
Over the Top.
Was it Over the Top? Was that what it's called?
Well, I just remember in his semi, he just kept like lifting in his semi because he was an arm wrestling champion.
Sylvester Stallone was a lot of things, but one thing he also was, he could write a movie now that could show off his physique. Couldn't he?
He was not bad at that.
I'm going to be Rambo, and I'm going to wear this,
I like
so
that
everybody
movie.
can
Me
see
too.
my physique.
I mean,
Congratulations.
If you had that physique, wouldn't you
Right.
be doing the
Show it
same
up.
thing?
Congratulations, today's biggest fan, Steven Sutherland. Steven Sutherland of Lakeside. Way to go, Steven. Give us a call. You got 10 minutes, 833-288-0973. And if you do it, you call us, you'll qualify for the grand prize. 20 tickets for you and your friends. A night in our Odyssey suite at a Padres game with all of us there. Remember, if you would like a chance to win and be qualified, register your name at 973thefan.sd.com/biggest fan. Steven Sutherland of Lakeside. The clock is running.
Ben and Woods on the
Friday time and time for our regular Friday visit. And today we bring in Gavin Sheets from the Padres as the Padres get set to start the 3-game series tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals. Gavin Sheets last joined us at spring training. I don't know if you remember that particular interview, Gavin, sitting out there by the benches, but we were really impressed, and we really couldn't wait to see you play. But really at that time, I don't think anybody was, totally expecting what has happened since that time, which is, you having a great season and, putting yourself squarely in the middle of what the Padres have accomplished this year. So congratulations to you, and just talk a little bit about, what this season has meant to you so far.
Yeah, I think that obviously I do remember that the conversation we had out there in completely different times. And no, I think that, kind of when I was talking to you then too, it was just, looking back at this off season, the things I wanted to accomplish, the places I wanted to go. And, I wanted a new change of scenery where the excitement was there and where the goal was to win a World Series. And I think, you look now, we're at August 1st, and, at this point right now, I've matched some career highs, and I think that after we saw what happened yesterday, I think that the goal of winning a World Series is right in front of us.
Yeah. Gavin Sheets joins us here, Padre outfielder, DH. He's kind of done a little bit of everything for the Pods. And Gavin, let's talk about the process, because we knew from having that conversation in spring training what your goals were, the things you kind of wanted to accomplish. But I know as you go through the season, you kind of have to be able to be flexible in how you are going to manage all of this. You've had times where you've been hot, you've cooled, gotten back hot. What has that process been like for you, sticking with it through some of the ups and downs you've had?
Yeah, I mean, it's the beautiful thing of baseball is no matter how hot you are, how cold you are, you got to come to the ballpark the next day and do it again. And being an everyday guy for the first time in my career has been incredible. And I think you learn how to handle those things, and you kind of learn on the fly. And you battle with soreness and all this stuff that goes on, and showing up to the ballpark every single day and bringing it, and dealing with slumps, dealing with hot streaks, and I've just enjoyed every second of it. Obviously, the roles might change a little bit going forward, but whatever it is, and whatever I need to do, and the goal and the work ethic and all that still stays the same going forward.
Gavin, you knew that you could come here and be a big contributor, and you told us that, and you had us believing. I imagine that everyone was confident in your ability, when they put you in the lineup opening day. But how much did it mean to you personally, and in terms of feeling a part of things, to get that home run on opening day, just contribute right off the bat, kind of signal to everybody that, yeah, I'm going to be around to help this club this year?
Yeah, that was I couldn't have scripted a better start. Obviously, that was about as cool as it gets. I hit a home run in the playoffs in 21, and that was about as close as, if not better, a feeling than I've ever had in my career. So that was just incredible. I mean, obviously playing in front of this home crowd and getting the first taste of it that day, and to be able to produce like that was a pretty special welcome to San Diego, to say the least.
Gavin, obviously we got a chance to chat with your dad, Larry, out in Philadelphia. He was out on the field. And I imagine for him, as it was for my dad, watching you is probably much harder than it was for him to be on the field. How much has he enjoyed getting a chance to see your success and get to be an everyday player through most of this year so far?
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, he stresses out more watching me than when he played, for sure. But he's thoroughly enjoyed it. He's thoroughly enjoyed watching the brand of baseball we play, the way we go about our business, and obviously being a contributing factor to that has made it enjoyable for him. He can't stand the West Coast time zone. He said he's losing a lot of sleep because of it, but he's thoroughly enjoying every second of it.
Friday time, and time for our regular Friday visit. And today we bring in Gavin Sheets from the Padres, as the Padres get set to start the 3-game series tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals. Gavin Sheets last joined us at spring training. I don't know if you remember that particular interview, Gavin, sitting out there by the benches, but we were really impressed, and we really couldn't wait to see you play. But really at that time, I don't think anybody was totally expecting what has happened since that time, which is, you having a great season and, putting yourself squarely in the middle of what the Padres have accomplished this year. So congratulations to you, and just talk a little bit about, what this season has meant to you so far.
Yeah, I think that obviously I do remember that conversation we had out there, and completely different times. And I think that, kind of when I was talking to you then too, it was just, looking back at this off season, the things I wanted to accomplish, the places I wanted to go, and I wanted a new change of scenery where
Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., and Matt Skraby. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. Orlando over the Warriors, 80-72. Midway through the third, Curry's already got 6 3-pointers, so he's already gone over if you're looking at that. Detroit trying for an 11th in a row. They're up 13 at Atlanta, halftime 67-54. Lakers, Utah later. And one big college basketball final. Michigan State whooped Kentucky tonight, in the State Farm tournament, 83-66. Wasn't close. Tom Izzo gets another big win there. Duke and Kansas are starting shortly later tonight. The Aztecs welcome back Magoon Gwath as they play host to Troy. Skraby, traffic, and then over to you to set things up here.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Well, guys, not sure if there's a correlation between scattered showers hitting parts of the county and all these accidents, but yeah, we've got quite a few problems here. South 15 just cleared an accident before the 8, but now accident on the East 8 transition ramp. Several vehicles got into it. Eastbound King Freeway just past College. There's a collision blocking one of the right lanes, and westbound 8 before Lake Murray. There is a collision blocking the 2 right lanes. Traveling on northbound at 5 Coastline just before Carmel Valley Road, accident being cleared out of middle lanes. Then up ahead on the coastline just before the 78, another crash. This one appears to be blocking middle lanes. A couple other vehicles over to the right shoulder. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, so we have been talking about Woody Johnson for a long time.
We actually haven't been talking about
We've
it.
just been mentioning his name over and over and over, and we never got to it. But Woody Johnson, last week we talked about the NFL and the NFLPA kind of beefing over these report cards that every end of the year players vote on their team's facilities.
Oh, this is the one where you're the worst.
Yeah, you have the worst locker
They have the
room.
worst training facility,
Right,
things
yeah.
of that nature.
Yeah, so
The Chargers used to always fare poorly in these.
Yeah, then
I
they got,
don't actually know where they're at in this last
I think they're
one.
like middle of the road.
That sounds familiar. But they had to spend all their money on the real estate up in LA. Anyway, so Woody Johnson, we got this news that the NFL doesn't want this to happen anymore, and they sent a note over to the NFLPA. And then it comes out that the owner of the Jets, Woody Johnson, was the guy who asked for this stuff not to be released.
Because he stopped. He
He's
was
the
finishing
one
last.
throwing
yeah.
a hissy fit about the players outing him.
Yes, he is. And so
How
I don't know
about
how you
the
guys...
the alternative, be a better owner. How's that?
That's too easy.
Yeah, that's way too easy, Chris. You're asking him to do something that is not he's not capable of doing. But here is what the Jets said. And so on Friday, I said, well, if you don't want people to know, I'm going to go read everything from the report card to let people know.
Of course, this is Skraby's. This is when he's at his best right here.
New York Jets dropped from 21st to 29th overall in 2024.
Wow, so you went from bad to worse.
Yeah.
There's only 32 teams, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's where I believe the players 1,000%. Rather than addressing concerns, players believe that management responded to feedback by making conditions worse.
They went the old major
That
league
is
route, huh?
1,000% true. That has to be.
You remember in Major League they started playing too well, so she took away the plane and gave them like the dust, the crop duster.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's kind of what Woody's doing here.
Yeah. So, for example, after receiving low grades for their food program last year, players felt the team cut the food budget and did not retain their longtime dietitian, who ended up going to the Chiefs, which means he's a good dietitian.
Well, I mean, Chiefs got bad grades last time, so they were trying to get better.
Yes.
The Jets were just trying to be spiteful, sounds like.
They say also the top leadership issues, with some describing the issues of the organization as top-down problems. The Jets' ownership grade went from a B- to an F, with Woody Johnson receiving the league's lowest owner score for contributing to a positive team culture.
I mean,
so he might be the owner from Major League, where he just doesn't care.
He's gonna make things worse.
He's gonna make things
because you're complaining.
Worse. Guess what, Chris? Who had top 3 last year?
You already have the worst stadium. People are getting hurt left and right in that bad boy.
Yeah, right.
You know, and now the players are outing you as you don't have good nutrition.
Nope.
And now you said, fine. You don't think we have good nutrition? I'll show you bad nutrition.
You know what? I'm going to fire the dietitian and let him go to the Chiefs.
I'm putting Donald Trump in charge of nutrition. That's not a political comment. That's a joke.
You know that.
Don't everybody.
That whole
get
thing
on me.
earlier seems like it was a million years ago at this point to me. Because
I mean, it kind of was like 3 hours ago.
Do you know who got the top ranked score last year out of all the teams? Which team?
Dolphins.
Dolphins
He
got
spends
the
a
first.
ton of money. He just doesn't
Is
spend
that
it
true?
wisely.
That's true. The Dolphins
Yeah,
won?
look, first of 32
Yeah,
teams.
well, don't forget, Tony, they're a country club
What was
atmosphere.
their write-up? What did their
That's
write-up
the
say?
whole deal.
The Dolphins retained their crown as top-ranked team.
Retained it, so they got it the year before.
Steven Rotz is once again the highest-graded owner, and the team is ranked number 1 in 7 of the 11 categories. The quality of facilities is matched by the quality of the people in the building, making for an extremely positive player experience. They also renovated their locker room.
Yeah.
So maybe they need to make it more terrible.
Yeah, well, that's what people have said. It's a country
It's too
club.
nice.
Yeah, that's one of the criticisms.
That is actually
The Chiefs. They were down at the bottom. They were in the World
Where
Series.
does
They're
it
in the Super Bowl?
Under horseplay? What do they get? Oh, they got an A+++.
Horseplay.
Like that's what they do.
Oh.
That's what the Dolphins do is horseplay during practice. But head coach got an A+. Ownership A+, travel A+, everything. Like I was shocked to see this.
Well, are you kidding me? Mike McDaniels, who wouldn't want to play for a guy that doesn't require you to do anything? It's exactly who you want to
let you run amok. You
Yeah.
do what you want to do.
Sure, you're going to get a high rating for him.
I find that interesting, right? I mean, I guess you always strive to be number one in those categories, but you would like for that to turn into W's and like wins. In the Dolphins case, they're doing a lot of things right, except the whole winning part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, the Bengals
I know they're 30,
treatment
31.
of families was F-. There's not even a thing called an F-.
It's not even a real grade.
It's not a real grade.
You don't need to put a minus on the F.
No, but Woody Johnson wants this blocked. I hope the NFLPA just sticks up their hand and says, no.
I'm pretty sure they're going to keep doing this.
All right. So before the year, we made NFL predictions, and we're more than halfway through the year now. So we're going to go back in time, and we're going to talk about it real quick. NFC West, Tony, with the schedule with the Padres at the time, Tony didn't.
I was in and out. I didn't
participate in some of these, but NFC West, it was just Chris and I. MVP of the division, Chris said Sam Darnold. So that could be
not looking bad.
Yeah, I said Brock
It's
Purdy.
looking bad if he throws another 4-pick game.
That was like his first one, though. I think he gets
He had
passed.
3 the week before, I think.
Like I said, it was his first 4 big day.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I said Brock Purdy, not happening. First place team, Chris said Seahawks, which could happen.
Yeah.
It's in the mix.
I said 49ers, which could happen.
In the mix.
Not likely. Both of us are really wrong with our last place team. We both said the Rams were going to be the last place team. They look
not happening.
They look Super Bowl worthy.
They do
at the moment.
At the moment.
Breakout. Chris said Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't think that's really happened yet. Let's ask our resident fantasy football.
Give it some time. It's got to. They're halfway through.
All right, so we can't judge this one.
No,
yet.
you can't judge it yet.
All right. Well, I said Ricky Pearsall, which is not.
I think Smith and Jigba would win that.
Probably.
I think was good, but now he's become great.
Is he a breakout though?
No, he's become great. I think he's come to another category now.
Oh, he's in the great category.
Don't you think?
He can't.
I'm not trying to
say
say
breakout. Yeah,
I'm not saying he's on my fantasy.
I'm not saying he's
just
bad.
great. Right now.
The bold prediction, Chris said 49ers go 14-3. That can no longer happen because they've lost 4 games. Mine is still in play. 49ers finished 13-4, so they have to win out.
I said the 49ers would go 14-3.
You guys both went bold predictions on the 49ers?
What was I thinking?
That's rich.
Are you sure you quoted me correctly?
Yes, I
didn't say
down.
3-14.
No, you said 14.
That would have definitely been a bold one.
Yeah.
AFC West MVP, Chris said Bo Nix.
AFC West MVP? Well, he's in the hunt.
He's in the hunt.
They're having a great year.
I said Patrick Surtain the second, but he's been injured.
Been hurt.
First place, we both said the Broncos, so we're looking good there.
Looking good there.
Last place, we both said the Raiders, looking good there.
In it.
Yeah.
Breakout, Chris said RJ Harvey, which is
the last
bane
6
of
games.
Tony's existence.
Well, he better break out now.
I'm gonna need him to
Dobbins
break
is
out.
hurt.
Come on, bro.
He could.
I went way off the board, and I went Dante Thornton. of the Raiders. He's done
so
nothing.
far off the board. I've never heard of him.
Bold prediction.
Out there in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Chris said, and this might still be true, Omarion Hampton more rushing yardage than Ashton Genty by the end of the year.
He would have if he would have stayed healthy.
Yeah, he blew him out. He'd blew him out.
Here's my bold prediction. The Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs.
You're on to something.
It's got a shot, but don't
Don't count them out though. Yeah, no.
Their schedule's very favorable the rest of the way.
Okay, yeah, just like the Patriots. NFC South. Chris and I did this one. MVP. Chris said Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah, he's out for the season.
He's out for the year.
Baker Mayfield could be it, but he's struggled the last few weeks.
It's the South though. Who's
who's
better?
Him?
No one.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
First place, we said Bucks, which I believe is still true. Last place, we said Saints, which is definitely still true. Chris's breakout was Emeka Ibuka, which is good.
Done some things, but
I went with McMillan, but he's been hurt.
Ibuka is he's living up to that breakout.
Yeah, I think so. Bold prediction for Chris.
Yes,
Saints might go winless.
They got one though, didn't they?
Three, yeah,
they have two.
Yeah. They got two. Yeah.
I said Panthers make the playoffs, which could happen.
They're 6-5.
Yeah. AFC South. Chris said MVP would be Brian Thomas of the Jaguars.
Wow, huge step back.
I said Trevor Lawrence, which was wishful thinking. First place Texans for both of us.
Is that you? Is that you guys picking with your hearts right there? That one?
Yeah, I think so.
Feels like it.
Last place, Chris said Colts, and I said Titans.
Colts.
Breakout.
Nice
Chris
one.
said Tootin of the Jaguars. I said Travis Hunter.
No, I said you were tooting that night. I'm just getting you back for all the times you bring that up.
Well, Chris did toot on the air last week.
Uh-huh.
Bold prediction. Chris says Skraby does not start Travis Hunter one time in fantasy this year. I did, and it was the 20-point game.
You did?
Yeah,
that was the one you hit
I
on?
was forced into it.
All right.
I said Travis Hunter leads the NFL in interceptions. He hasn't had one.
What?
So here's where Tony joins the game. NFC East MVP. Tony went Jalen Hurts. Chris went Jaden Daniels. I went Jalen Hurts.
God, I've wrecked so many careers. I wrecked Brian Thomas's career. I wrecked Jaden Daniels' career. Sorry about that, guys.
First place, we all went Eagles. Last place, we all went Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys are above water because the other two are so bad.
Tony's breakout, George Pickens, which is looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Chris's breakout, Cam Scattaboo, which was looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I said Jackson Dart. He's been
done some
iffy.
things. Done a few.
Bold prediction. Tony said Dak Prescott, top 5 overall quarterback in the league. Chris
Last
says
night he was.
He's having a good season.
He is. Chris said Stephen Jones becomes the head coach of the Cowboys.
Oh, because Jerry appoints him?
Yes. I said Jackson Dart leads the Giants to the playoffs.
That's funny.
That's not going to happen. AFC East. MVP. We all said Josh Allen. That's happening right now. I don't know. Drake May. Actually, Drake May.
Drake May.
Yeah, true.
First place, we all said Bills. It's actually the Patriots. Last place, Tony and I said Patriots. Chris said the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I was buying your Mike Vrabel Kool-Aid.
I think
you
that's
should
where this
have.
was born, this whole Mike Vrabel thing. Breakout, Tony said Justin Fields. Chris said Travion Henderson, which is starting to come true. I said Drake May. Bold prediction, Tony, Aaron Glenn, and the Jets go to the playoffs.
Real bold.
Chris says Mike
I was trying to be
McDaniel,
bold.
Tyreek Hill leave the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill did leave
He
for
left.
another reason.
Different reason, yeah.
I said Tua plays every game this year, which I don't
So
think
far,
he's
so
missed one.
good. Yeah.
NFC North, Tony's back out on this one. Chris and I said MVP was Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't have the
Right
ability
there.
to think about it right now.
Caleb Williams would probably win the award, but Gibbs is better.
You know, I'd had a bunch of Caleb Williams on this one.
Yes.
Around.
First Lions, last Vikings. Both of us picked that. Breakout Packers defense for Chris. Matthew Golden for me. That didn't happen. Chris said his bold prediction: Caleb Williams stays mediocre. Micah Parsons has a lackluster season after so much.
I will tell you, when I
attention.
played you in fantasy last week, Caleb Williams was
Very mediocre.
Until the last 4 minutes of the game. Then he ran for 2 touchdowns and beat me.
AFC North, last one, MVP. Chris said Jamar Chase. I said Lamar Jackson. First place, Ravens. Last place, Chris said Steelers. I said Browns. Breakout for Chris, Chase Brown. Me, Keaton Mitchell, not happening.
God.
Bold prediction for Chris, Shedeur Sanders, more passing yards than Aaron Rodgers.
He's making up ground now, though, guys.
Yes.
He had 20 last week. Come on.
I said the Bengals start 4-0 after slow starts. That did not happen either.
It's amazing how dumb we
Wait,
sound.
they start 4-0 after a slow start? That's what you put?
The last few years, yeah.
Oh, slow start the last few years. I got you.
And then Joe Burrow immediately went out and hurt his foot. So
yeah. Yeah, predictions just make you sound dumb when you have the guts to repeat them in week 11. We'll see you tomorrow. Skraby's off, but Tony and I'll make it work. We'll see you at 2 o'clock. Have a good night, everyone. Skraby Chronicles next.